Okay. I am exhausted. I'm so exhausted. I wanted to talk for a while today about, like, the upcoming Five Freddy's stuff, but I don't think I can. I am just, like, at least it worked. At the end, I finally got it working. That was kind of like the challenge for today, is that I really wanted to stream for tomorrow. So this was a test stream for today so that I can make sure I got it working for tomorrow. I'm happy I did, because going through all this tomorrow would have killed me. That I would be being that exhausted and being that irritated as I got. Most of my test streams and stuff were private. You guys didn't see most of it. That was a lot, and bad things happened to me in real life physically as well during all that. So it was a lot all at once. Just a lot happened, and it was very, very mentally taxing. So, however, holy shit, this one actually worked. Because this is like the one thing I really want to make sure I got it working. I wanted to make sure, like, I couldn't just stop because I wanted to stream tomorrow. I didn't want to deal with this tomorrow. If there possibly could have been a solution, I needed to have it today. I needed to keep trying. And we got there. Holy shit. It's going now. Wow. It took an hour straight, maybe 2. When did I first start trying this? 8:30? I think it was 9. I think it's been an hour and a half straight of just restarting OBS, restarting my computer, trying to get test streams up, private streams, unlisted streams, public streams, because sometimes it would work on a private stream and then I'd go to public and it just wouldn't work then. It's like, why are you doing this to me? People behind OBS, are you, like, out to get me or something? Is there hard-coded lines targeting me specifically? Obviously, it's just chance, because as I said, things happened in real life too, so, like... And obviously, no one's targeting me specifically. It's just a whole lot happened to line up all at once, and it was a lot. I am so exhausted now. Things broke too. Isn't great. But I'm alive, which is actually something to cheer for. And the stream is live. The stream is alive. So, fuck it. We're rebranding. We're rebranding. Hey guys, let's rebrand the stream to what it was supposed to be. Because not gonna lie, seeing this work at the very, very end. It lifts me. It gives me hope that it'll work tomorrow. It gives me hope that this is finally over. And hello, Glitch. Thank you for being here. This stream do be testing. That and like the 20 others led up to this one. Holy shit. Okay, let's do some rebranding. Is tomorrow. It's tomorrow, guys. The whole reason why I put myself through this hell. Put that in my Five Freddy's playlist. How's it going? Today it's been horrible. My pieces of my desk fell apart. Monitor nearly fell on me. If that shattered and broke, I would have died because I'm in the middle of nowhere with no one around me. So, like, I feel like I had an almost near-death experience today. Probably not, because I don't think it would have actually fallen. I mean, it didn't fall for a reason, but it nearly did, and it scared the shit out of me. Not by me, by Steelable. I've been trying to do this live stream for the past forever. So, this morning has been horrifying for me, and extremely mentally exhausting. But we got there! I can finally talk about Secret of the Mimic! At least I hope so. No dropped frames? No dropped frames! You need a vacation after you finish Secret of the Mimic VR. Secret of the Mimic VR will be my vacation. I'm going to frickin' Murray's. What else are we gonna be? Why am I making this description? After an hour of attempts, I finally got the stream working. You can trust that because I'm editing this in during the stream. It is working right now. Let's fucking go! Change this thumbnail. Yo, spoilers, holy shit. Five Nights at Freddy's, official, Secret of the Mimic. I already got my thumbnail for tomorrow ready. It's got Fredbear in it. We love Fredbear. But today it's gonna be this one. I might change the font color because I kinda like today's like style of having the tomorrow in like a really bright color. So it might be that Is Here will be in a bright color tomorrow for tomorrow's stream. So this might be slightly edited, but I do have the thumbnail mostly ready. I've been really excited for this. Today. It's gonna be almost tomorrow. If the stream fails tomorrow, I'm just gonna play it in my own time. I don't want to screw around with OBS again like this morning. I am not letting OBS ruin my Mimic experience tomorrow. No pun intended. Today, sure, today was honestly the whole reason why I'm streaming. I had the vibe that I should be doing this today. I didn't even intend to stream today. I didn't even intend to do this today. It's just, I had the feeling that I should be doing this today, and I'm happy I did, because if I'd gone through this tomorrow, this would have given me a very, very bad mindset going into Secret of the Mimic, and I don't want that experience to ruin my time. That kind of happened with me when my pop goes, right? I don't know if I did it on stream, but basically every time I've played my pop goes, something bad has happened to me in real life. So I have a lot of bad memories with my pop goes, and none of it has anything to do with my pop goes, because my pop goes is an amazing game. I don't want Secret of the Mimic to be another My Pop Goes. I want to have good memories with this game. What tags are going to put on this? Commentary. You know what? Fuck it, we're misspelling it too. Commentary. Yeah, let's go. Upcoming. Sure, misspell it. I don't care anymore. Save. We've rebranded... We've rebranded the Hell stream now that it's working. We are out of the depths of hell. By the way, another reason why today kinda sucks is because I didn't really get to sleep last night. Because I have mice problem in this house, and I've got no mouse traps at the moment. Apparently I'm out, so the mice were just kind of being loud and annoying, and I couldn't exactly go to the shops in like 2 AM to get mouse traps. So I was kept awake by mice all morning, so now I'm a little bit sleep deprived as well. So I could go to the shops, sleep deprived, to get mouse traps. But that's dangerous. I'm not driving sleep deprived. I'd die. So instead, I'm gonna wait for Dad to get back, because I usually live with my dad, so, but he's away for like a week for a bunch of things stacked up on top of each other. There's another reason why the timing for things happening to me in real life really sucks, because usually there is someone around to help, there just wasn't today. Oh god. But yeah, because I was kept awake all night, and now because I'm definitely not going to be going to the shops to get mouse traps while I'm sleep deprived, there's a good chance I'll be sleep deprived all week. And not gonna lie, I kind of fuck with it. Because exactly as you just said, Glitch, that's what I was actually eventually going to get around to. Playing Secret of the Mimic VR mode while sleep deprived would be like the ultimate immersion. I'm literally gonna be Arnold. Do I have a green fit? Do I have a green fit? Oh, I do. We're wearing the green fit tomorrow. That's fair branded, baby. Hang that back up. We're wearing the green fit. We'll be sleep deprived. We'll literally be Arnold. Oh, and it's gonna be great. Whoa, my camera is bright. Getting the true Arnold experience, yeah. Order some online? I probably should. Yeah, that's a good idea. But it'd be mad funny if I just didn't sleep for a week. Maybe not for a week would be a bit much, but for like the time of playing Secret Mimic VR mode, that'd just be mad funny. I also am the type of person to hallucinate. When I'm sleep deprived, I hallucinate. So, like, that's gonna be fun in VR. I don't know how those two things are gonna mix. Probably not good. But it's a horror game, so it'll be great. If I'm actually gonna be doing this sleep deprived, it's gonna be in the title too. You better believe it's going on the title. Playing Secret Mimic VR mode. In the thumbnail, it's finally here. In brackets at the end of the title, while sleep deprived. Oh, I'm really excited for. Oh, yeah, I got notifications. I don't care about my notifications. Oh, it's so over for you. It's gonna be fun. What's gonna be so over for me is if I'm going to need to, like, go to the shops to get food or something. I'll probably need to do that at some point this week. As long as I got that down, I'll be fine. Gonna pass out when we get to the tiger section. Okay, not gonna lie, the tiger section isn't my big scare. This is actually what I wanted this stream to be about. Was gonna be like how I'm feeling about Secret of the Mimic and going into it in VR. The tiger section, I'm not worried, because for me, part of the immersion is the gameplay element, and the white tiger section, as scary as it is, the gameplay isn't all that involved. So I feel like that's not gonna get me that much. What will get me more is Sleepy Moon. Sleepy Moon will get me more than the white tiger, and you better believe I'm going for that 100%. I'm not just getting a bad ending. We're going for Sleepy Moon. Sleepy Moon, as creepy as it is. When I did that for the first time, I'm so sad I couldn't record my first time playthrough in flat mode. So sad, but I've got a better computer now. I hope I can stream VR mode, but if I can't, I'll just play at my own time. Like, I'm gonna be so for real. I care about my own experience more than yours. I'll play it in my own time if I can't stream it. But I'll try to stream it, of course. That's why I'm here today. And, like, yeah, Sleepy Moon is a section that I did in my own time, and for the first time I did it, I actually did it first try. I didn't die once. I don't even think it's that hard of a section. But it was horrifying for me. That one got to me. Sleepy Moon scares me. And when I got out of that section, I kind of said to myself, no, we're not doing that again. I'm doing it in VR, though. There's no way I'm not 100%ing the game in VR. That sounds fun. Oh, God. Gonna see the stream tomorrow. My stream... Oh, I'm excited. As long as there is a stream. As long as there is a stream. Also, keep in mind that OBS does tend to screw with me. Like you saw today. Like, if you have notifications on my channel, you would have seen it had, like, 10 streams trying to start this damn thing. OBS does tend to screw with me. So, as much as this is kind of a mean ask, please be a little patient like you were today. Today, you were really patient with me. It took like an hour to get this started. Tomorrow, VR can screw with me, and OBS can screw with me. Because VR sometimes just a pain in the ass on its own as well. Hopefully it all goes well. Fingers crossed, because it's going to be a lot of fun if it does. Oh my god. I just do what is the time for 45 minutes of VR moon.exe. Oh yeah, that's probably not going to be very engaging, is it? Oh, I really hope moon.exe is a Princess Quest 12.2 type experience. I highly doubt it. I don't think it works for the format. Remember the daycare attendant? He has two personalities. Oh yeah, the whole sun moon thing is really interesting. Angel Theory. I can't wait to see you on my stream. You've got really cool theories. Sometimes I'm not entirely in the... sometimes I'm not in the theorizing mood. I know I've come off as mean sometimes to your theories. Sometimes, usually it's just because I'm not really in the mood for theorizing. But your theories are, like, really cool. I love hearing them. And definitely give me your stuff on Sun and Moon, particularly, because that is such an interesting part of the lore. Because it's not only, like, a connection, like, a physical connection. It's also a symbolic, thematic connection. Which is what makes the Sun Moon stuff so interesting. It's not just a character you're following, it's like a whole thing. There's a whole thing around that, and I haven't really thought enough about it to know what that thing exactly is, but it's interesting, and I want to see interpretations of that. What else we got? Oh no, Webby would be cool. True. Help Wanted 2 is mad fun. Probably my favorite game. Should we play Help Wanted 2 today? I kind of want to. I might play Help Wanted 2 later. Remember the recorded conversation between Edwin and Fiona? You can see the mushroom plush. These are all listening. Yeah, I've heard the Mycelium Men mimic theory thing. I think they called it like M0, I think is what people are dubbing it. Yeah, I mean, I'm iffy on that sort of thing, but not like the theory. Hang on, I gotta rephrase this. Everything Edwin made leads up to the mimic. That's one of the things I think is really interesting. I just realized there's like infinity of me on screen. Infinity of me can stay on screen. There's like, he made a lot of things, right? And all of it culminates to the Mimic. That's one of the things I find the most interesting about Secret of the Mimic's story, is that it kind of grounds the Mimic in the universe a lot better. Like, sure, the Mimic feels very out of place technologically if you view the Mimic from Fazbear Entertainment's technology standards, but if you don't view it from Fazbear Entertainment's perspective and just view it from Edwin's perspective, the Mimic is like the perfect culmination of everything Edwin Murray has done, and I find that to be really interesting. I really like how they handle that. It makes the Mimic fit in a lot better. Now, that being said, people still complain the Mimic doesn't really fit in, but, like, that's their opinion. I like it. Out of all the complaints I have for Secret of the Mimic, that isn't one of them. And I do have complaints about Secret of the Mimic. Secret of the Mimic is not one of my favorites in the series. I like it. It's not one of my least favorites. It's not down there with, like, Five Nights at Freddy's 3 or anything. I don't even hate Five Nights at Freddy's 3, but I'm just saying it's definitely, like, not the bottom, but it's not, like, one of my favorites either. There's a few things that kind of take away from Secret of the Mimic, in my opinion. But the way that they handled the Mimic's story was really good. I was actually kind of concerned about it. I mean, to be fair, I think the biggest problem with the Mimic is conceptual. Like, it doesn't matter how well you explain it, or how well you implement it, how well you utilize it. At the end of the day, Five Nights at Freddy's fans just don't want it in a conceptual standpoint. And I think that's, like, the biggest problem with the Mimic. Is I've thought that even before the game came out. I remember thinking, I don't know if I ever said it, because I wanted to be optimistic in, like, my videos and stuff, but I remember at least thinking in my mind, when Secret Mimic was first announced, thinking, this probably shouldn't have been the game. This game's going to be fighting a very uphill battle, because you're carrying on from Security Breach, so you gotta, like, do so well. It feels like you've one-upped Security Breach in every way, which is hard to do when Security Breach is such a big game. Like, it's easy to do better quality-wise, but it's hard to not take away at the same time. And even then, I think that's one thing that's, you can't. Like, you can't just improve Security Breach without dropping the scope. That's what Secret Mimic had to do to make it a better game. You had to drop the scope down. And, but they did a really good job with it. But I knew from the start that Secret Mimic was going to be fighting an uphill battle. It couldn't be, and that everything was better, like it kind of had to be. And it couldn't be, you couldn't make an entire game based on a character no one cared about. I know the point was to make you care about that character, but by naming the game after that, probably wasn't the best idea. There's also, Murray's itself. I guess more the costume designs more than anything, but Murray's is a very grounded location, which is a good idea. I want to see a grounded location for Five Nights at Freddy's. It's a great location, but by having a location that's kind of devoid of some of the identity of the series, while the series is already having an identity crisis from Security Breach, not the best timing for it. So I like Secret of the Mimic. It's like a B tier game for me, but there's definitely a few things that I thought that could have been done handled better, and definitely I think the game was fighting a very big uphill battle. I don't know why I went on that big tangent, but I think that's part of why people don't really like Secret of the Mimic's story. To wrap it around back to what I was originally responding to, and the Mimic's implementation, is that it's less about the story of the Mimic, because the story of the Mimic, I think most people agree, is good. It's just, a lot of people are going to be sitting here questioning, did we need that story? Do we care about this character enough to get the story? I do, but a lot of other people didn't, and I can see why. That was a really, really long tangent. Sorry I went on that tangent. Today, bro, it's 1 AM for me, right? Yeah, it's 10, it's like nearly 11 a.m. for me. Oh yeah. Wait, at 1 a.m. Have you like pulled an all-nighter? Does that mean Secret of the Mimic VR is releasing today for you? Like, tonight for you then? That's cool. Secret Mimic is like releasing tomorrow, and I'm betting it'll be like midnight tomorrow because I'm Australian, and everything American that happens at midnight for me. So, I feel like I'll wake up to like every YouTuber already having played it. And I'll open up YouTube and I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll put on a video while I eat breakfast, and then I'll play the game myself. And then the thumbnails will be like, oh my god, guys, the Fredbear's game has been revealed as Secret of the Mimic. And then I'm gonna be like, I wanted to experience that myself. I think I've just gotten into the habit of just not opening YouTube at this point when things like that happen. Also, something funny about me as well. I have a weird psychic connection with things I'm obsessed with. So like when JoJo's news was coming out, when I was following JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R, we didn't know when DLC characters would be revealed. But all I did know is that they'd be revealed at like 1 a.m. or something in my time. And even though we had no idea what day they'd come out at, and there was no pattern, if you've seen some other videos, you know I love analysing trends and stuff and looking at patterns. No pattern to when they get revealed, no reveal, like, announcement or anything, it just comes out of the blue. I psychically just knew to wake up. Like, I just wake up at 1 a.m. on those days, and it's like, ugh, why am I up at 1? And then I open my phone, and then the notification just hits, it's like, hey, look, new DLC announcement, and I'm like, how did I know that? I was asleep, with nothing to inform me this was going to happen. And there were barely any false positives. It only happened like once or twice as a false positive. But it was every time when it really happened. It's like, why does my body know this? How does it do that? How do I do that? So, knowing me is a very, very real possibility that I'll randomly wake up at like 2 a.m. tomorrow just in time to play it. I'm not going to say it's guaranteed. Admittedly, the JoJo's announcements were more hype than this. I love Fights Freddy's, don't get me wrong, I'm really excited for everything Fights Freddy's. But the problem with Fights Freddy's and its hype building is that Fights Freddy's is always releasing stuff. Like every few months there's a new thing announced. Every few months a new thing comes out. So because of that, each individual thing feels less special. Back when I was in the JoJo's fandom, you could go years without anything. Except for merch, but I don't care about merch. You go a very long time, and you didn't know how long you'd be waiting. So when it's like 8 months, and then a new character gets revealed for the game, it's like, no way! And it's so much more hype than, like, Fights Freddy's, which just drops something so often it's not even a surprise anymore. No diss, Fights Freddy's always releasing stuff, by the way. I love it when games are always releasing stuff. It's what keeps me invested all the time. But it does make each individual thing less hype. So because of that, maybe it won't be enough to wake me up at 2 a.m. psychically. But it'd be mad funny if it did. Yeah, it's for today for you. Yeah, right. Sorry, I'm going off the deep end. Everyone had no idea what help have it. Hello, Unbuttered Comedy. Sorry it took a while to get to you. I go on long tangents in these streams. I love yapping. Anyone have no idea that Helper have his personality in one cred F10 and 4. Oh, hang on. Drawing of Sleeping Moon in David's bedroom, the word fun, showing with David. Playing with him at night. Hang on, what was the point here? Sorry. This is the one problem with YouTube comments. You can't send your entire theory all at once. You have to break it up into each individual comments. So it's just kind of hard for me to keep track. Also, I think there's a cooldown, isn't there? Sorry if there's a cooldown. What was the theory here? I'm just trying to look at this theory. So, Mushroom Plush recording. Mr. Helpful is sleep. Oh, you're making a theory that Mr. Helpful is like involved in Sleepy Moon in some way? I'm sorry, I'm gonna be so for real. I can't follow what the theory actually is. That's a problem with me. I struggle with that in videos as well. I'll watch a video and it's like, here's like Usually they're kind of clickbaity thumbnails, so it's like, the detail you missed! And it goes through a bunch of stuff that's like, what was the details I missed? I knew all these details. Which one was I supposed to have missed? Also, that little detail that created that tiny little theory, is that the point of the video? Is this tiny part here the bulk of the video? What's the theory of the video? What are you actually trying to tell me about? I'm really bad at like following along with videos. I just straight up just don't watch theory videos anymore. I only watch theory videos from like a couple of YouTubers I watch. Very, very few, and half the time I skip even some of those. I watch Ryto's like podcasts. I love his podcasts. I don't know why, I just like that podcast format more than the typical theory video. I watch game theory purely because you kind of got to know about game theory's theories. If you're in the Five Nights at Freddy's fan base, they're kind of important to know about. Even if you don't agree with them, which most of the time I don't, especially recently. They're kind of all iconic. They get so much traction, you just kind of got to know about them. And John FNaF. I watch John FNaF. I like John FNaF. Everyone outside of like those three content creators, I might watch the occasional video if I'm really in the mood to like just get some insight, see what people are thinking. But usually I don't bother. Also, I watch any video my friends sent me. One of my friends tends to send me a lot of T-Dread specifically, and I don't want to be mean. T-Dread's theories are a little off the deep end for me. I feel bad saying like that, but let's be real, not everyone agrees with everyone's theories, right? And T-Dreads does make some cool connections here and there. I'm absolutely not dissing on T-Dreads, but his videos are really long, so when I get my friends constantly sending me like every third T-Dreads upload, and I'm sitting here watching like an hour, like a 40-minute long video, going, I already know all the stuff you're talking about. Why am I here? Until he makes a weird connection, like, oh yeah, by the way, did you know that there's a circle in this, in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, in this camera, you see there's a circle here. Well, in Pizzeria Simulator, in this minigame, there is also a circle. This confirms that Balloon Boy is actually the marionette. That's what T-Dread's theories sound like to me. It's like, you can make that connection, but should you be making that connection? The answer is yes. We need people making these connections to keep healthy, like, community discussion. We do need people to, like, make connections that no one else is thinking about. That's how you get new ideas in the fanbase. And some of the things that, a lot of the time, they create really interesting ideas that end up being agreed upon, even. You gotta have some misses to have some hits. But, for me, as a viewer, I do kind of sit there going, I could be doing anything else with my time right now. I try not to diss, but that's how I feel sometimes. I will play Secret Mech VR, that's why I'm doing this stream. This was a test stream to make sure that I can stream, and in the end I finally got there. So that will be tomorrow. I don't know when tomorrow, it'll depend entirely on, 1, when I wake up, which could be like any time during the day. There's apparently mice in my house. I think I said rats earlier, it's mice. There's apparently mice in my house that keep me sleep deprived. So, that combined with knowing something's going to be releasing early in the morning for me, probably means I'll be up pretty early. Maybe I'll be a bit emotional, but I'll probably be up early for it. The other thing it depends upon is how much OBS cooperates. This stream was delayed by a solid hour and a half because OBS was being a pain in the ass. So, that can make a difference. 3. How much Oculus cooperates. VR can also take a solid hour or 2 to actually get working. Both OBS and VR can make me restart my computer, if they're being annoying enough. So, all the factors in play, I don't know when I'm waking up, I don't know how much these other factors are going to be delayed. It could be as early as I'll be there for when it drops. It could be as early as I'm like 12 hours late because I slept till midday. I wish I could be more specific. I'll play it when I wake up. But I absolutely will play it. And also, this is how much when I'll play it, if OBS is annoying enough, or if I get it running and unfortunately it's like frame rate issues from streaming or recording it, unfortunately I might I might not be able to stream it. I can't guarantee my computer is even powerful enough. I will try to stream it. And I'm looking forward to streaming it. Oh, okay. Well, more Angel Theory stuff. Where we gone? We're gone. Okay. The audio recording device is Mr. Helpful. Not simple, yes. Not a simple audio recording, but AI, even Edwin had no idea. Oh, you think... Okay, how are you linking Mr. Helpful and Sleepy Moon? That's the thing I'm missing here. What? It looks like your theory is that, like, Sleepy Moon is, like, made from Mr. Helpful or something. Oh, right, because they're both representations of Edwin. Right? Because Edwin's represented by Sleepy Moon and Moon.exe, and, of course, Edwin made Mr. Helpful in his image. That's probably the connection, right? Is it Edwin? Am I correct? And that's another reason why I like your theories particularly, because they really make me think. Your theories are very different to mine. Again, not a bad thing. But because they, make me think a lot, sometimes, it takes me a while to catch on. My goal in Five Freddy's, this is kind of a little bit of a tangent here. My goal in the Five Freddy's theorizing community is to try and understand and be able to, explain any theory. I want to be able to have someone go up to me and ask, yo, what's the evidence for, I don't know, Glamrock Freddy being Fiona? And I want to be able to go up and go, yeah, sure, here it is. So, they're both weirdly nice AIs. They're, that may or may not be corrupted. They're both involved with helping out a child. There's thematic, semblances here. I'll probably also parrot on my own opinions in, I don't think it makes a lot of sense to make these connections, but these are the connections to make. I'm me. I'll always give my opinion even when it's not asked for. But I want to be able to try and understand as much as I can. Try to explain things. I had one of my friends ask me yesterday about a, what theory was it? It was the theory that Follow Me takes place before FNaF 2. I think that theory is kind of ridiculous. I don't think there's any... I really do not agree that William Afton became Springtrap before FNaF 2, like back in the 80s in the original Freddy's location. I don't think that makes sense because that takes William Afton out of commission for the entire events of FNaF 2, which is a problem because he's involved during the events of FNaF 2. And it also, like, has some weird quirks with why the animatronics are destroyed in FNaF 3. Because it feels like Follow Me is also explaining, like, why they're destroyed in the third game. So, to me, I have my big issues with it, which mean, to me, I am not compelled. But if I get asked, like as I said, he asked me how that happened. And I could tell him, reasonably, the safe room was the big reason why. Because in the calls in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, you get told that the safe room is sealed up, and everything's sealed up. For some reason, Fazza Entertainment panicked and sealed it all away. And that is... And then in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, William Afton was recovered from the safe room. So there's an interpretation that the reason why it was sealed up is because Springtrap happened. And that explains why he's sealed up, and then they get him out Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Of course, I already explained the problems, but there is a reason why people think that. It doesn't come from nowhere. It doesn't stop it from, in my opinion, being a silly theory that I don't believe, but it doesn't come from nowhere. So I like being able to explain things like that. Whereas I just want to, inform. I think that's the end of my sentence. Follow Me pre-2 is such a silly theory. Yeah, I agree. But I like being able to understand it. Okay. Exe. Okay, I should be pulling my phone up so you can actually see I'm reading chat, because I noticed that when I'm reading chat, I tend to look down. It's like, hey guys, I love reading your chat. Do you love reading my forehead? It's so much better to do this. At least you guys know I'm reading chat if I'm doing something like this. Lettermoon.exe is David asking helper to bring back his mother. Not the living Edwin, but a digital Edwin that is the moon attendant. Oh, hang on. Letter in moon.exe. The letter in moon.exe. This is the problem with Secret of the Mimic theories for me right now. I deliberately have not touched Secret of the Mimic since launch. It has been months since I have played the game. I have seen clips from the game. I can't say it's been months since I've seen it. I saw it yesterday. Like, I watched a video. I've actually been watching a series where it's like someone's trying, like, getting a death in each Five Nights at Freddy's game and seeing how quickly they can get through it. And each time they do it, they're trying to get it faster and faster. And sometimes attack you on new games, doing new additions and stuff. Secret of the Mimic was a part of that. So it's like, I'm still seeing Secret of the Mimic, but I'm not really analyzing or looking into it, and I haven't playing it, and I definitely am not seeing Moo.exe. And I do not know what you're talking about. My memory of the game is now a little too lost because it's been months since I've seen it. And that's another thing too with me, like me avoiding the theorizing community. I barely watch videos, and I've now distanced myself from like every other social media site. I've left all my Five Nights at Freddy's Discord servers. I've left Reddit. I use Twitter for news. So, I do just check stuff, like, I'm still aware of, like, when things are coming out. It's just, Twitter's especially useful for me, because usually Twitter's where you hear it first, so it gives me time to make a video, get it out late, because I'm always late to these things, and then people will still tell me I'm early. So I love Twitter for being able to, like, get to things early, even when I'm actually late. I've had people tell me that, you're my favorite news channel, and it's like, what? I don't cover half the shit this franchise reveals. Watch Johnny Blocks. I promise you, Johnny Blocks is better. But yeah, but things like that, getting comments like that and seeing how many people support the videos where I do talk about those things early validates using Twitter for me. But unfortunately, it does mean I see Twitter. But even then, I barely interact with the community. Like, I don't see stuff from the Five Nights at Freddy's community very often anymore because I'm going to be so for real. Everyone who annoys me, I block. Because Twitter's such a hellscape of a website that I'm just not tolerating people annoying me on that site. So I just block every second person. I think I've blocked half the Five Nights at Freddy's fan base. Now, the only thing I use Twitter for is, like, aside from news, I've started role-playing as Lean Monster Gaming. So every now and then, someone will be like, oh, the horror genre is dying, we need more good horror games, and I'm just gonna be like, find my leans. Sell me lean, buddy boy. Oh man, have I got the game for you? It's kinda sad, but, like, unironically, I think Lean Simulator Desperation is on par for most mascot horror games in terms of horror. That game's weirdly intimidating sometimes. There's plenty of mascot horror games where I just can't take it seriously the entire way through. Lean Simulator Desperation gets to me. Why is the meme game scarier than half the mascot horror games that are coming out? I swear, I'm being completely unironic. It's just really funny. Like, just... I lose my shit. Lean Simulator Desperation is such a weird-ass game. Oh. Alright, more chat reading. Less tangent going on. The letter. Edwin, have no idea about Helper. David is aware of it because of mushroom plushies. Oh yeah, David found out from the Mycelium Man. Yep, makes sense. Mycelium Man can parrot anything. Like, they're the... When I said earlier about, like, everything commenting to the Mimic, the Mycelium Men were the Mimic part of the Mimic. That was the part where it's like they're repeating voices. So yeah, anything revolving around repeating voices can be tied back to the Mycelium Men pretty easily. Oh, okay. Tori, hi Tori. Have you been in chat before? No, this is your first message. Hello. I'd love to see them add in Mystic Hippo in the one area we saw. She was cut content! She's supposed to be in the big top show. Oh, I assume she's supposed to be in the big top showroom. in the files, you know the textures for like the signs for like the shooting game and the ball throwing games that you see in the big top showroom? There's an unused sign texture for one of them being Mystic Hippo. The same area that you see that Mystic Hippo poster in. The reason that poster was there was because you're supposed to have seen Mystic Hippo. She was supposed to be there. But she's cut content. Mystic Hippo was awesome. I want to see more Mystic Hippo. Now, that being said, that section was already quite long. I didn't like that section. I like the big top section chase. The chase is cool. And, like, the puzzle with, like, the hats, that's cool. I did not like Conduit Puzzle. Shoot some balls. Conduit Puzzle. Shoot the balls. Conduit Puzzle. Throw some balls. And, Mr. Helpful a bunch of times, then you can progress. You do the same conduit puzzle too many times, and the same stealth section too many times. I would have been more open to it if the path changed. Like, if the mannequins were, like, I don't know, got harder or more interesting as you went around it to make the path more complicated. Like, maybe the first time you do it, you have, like, 1 or 2 mannequins, it's not even a challenge. Second time you do it, it's like a kind of a path you have to go around, but it's not that hard, but it's now clearly a path. Third time you do it, it's now a lot tighter. Like, I would have been way more open if that section, every time it repeated, it iterated on it. But it doesn't iterate on the formula, it just repeats it 3 times. So I'm not a big fan of that. And the conduit puzzle is just as bad, because each conduit puzzle in the game, I think has about, like, I don't know, 5 variations, give or take, randomly. And, it's supposed to be so that when you go to that section and repeat playthroughs, you don't just remember the solution. And for that, it works. Where it doesn't work is when it makes you do the same conduit puzzle 3 times, and it's an extremely high chance that you get the same puzzle 3 times. It's not guaranteed. It is random. There are times where one of them will be a different one. It's just there's no thing in place to guarantee it's different. So you can just get the same puzzle. In my opinion, if they're going to do something like that, they should have made each time you do that puzzle be a different set of random puzzles. And even better if they made it intentionally harder every time as well. I like that section conceptually, but they needed to iterate. You can't just repeat the same gameplay 3 times. You gotta do something more interesting with it as you repeat it. That's what made the original Five Freddy's formula so interesting. Is it's not just playing the same game 5 times. Every night it adds on something new, something interesting. In most games. Some of them do tend to, like, double up on some of the later nights. But, like, Five Freddy's 1 is, like, really good for that. Because on night 1, it's just like, oh, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy. And Foxy, like, if you get jumped by Foxy on night 1, what are you doing? On night 2, they now move from the start. Because Foxy could never really be a threat from how late he started. But now he can be a threat for realsies. And now they start the start of the night. Instead of only moving it halfway in. Night 3, Freddy is thrown in, just enough to throw you off, but Freddy is very unlikely to ever actually reach you, so it makes you go, oh god, what do I do? Oh god, I never learned it. Oh god, it's gonna be harder next time, I didn't even learn it the first time. Night 4, you finally deal with Freddy, and the animatronics are tweaking out, so you're like, oh god, does the shaking and them tweaking out mean anything? Oh god, what's going on? And then Freddy's doing something like, oh god, I didn't learn that. And then night 5, you get, the finale, it sums it all up. Like, usually, none of these games just repeat. They iterate as they repeat, and that's what makes the formula compelling. See, Help Wanted 2 does that too. Like with the, what's it called? The Fizzy-Faz levels. Every level of Fizzy-Faz adds in a new mechanic. That level would be really good if it was actually scary. Because Fizzy-Faz is the closest you get, aside from the sister location recreations, the Fizzy-Faz is the closest you get to, like, a new office section in Help Wanted 2, but it kind of fumbled in terms of vibe because it didn't make it scary. So it never really felt like it was an office section because you didn't feel like you were fighting for your life. But aside from that, it's the same gameplay formula. And the gameplay formula still did a good job. It iterated every time, it made it more interesting every time. And, but Secret of the Mimic, the one section it repeats, it just repeats. There's no iteration, it's just you do it 3 times. Yeah, that was a long rant. But yeah, that specific section is probably one of my least favorite sections because of that. Alright, how much did I miss? Have David died? We want to say everybody got MCM gone crazy. Yeah, I've seen stuff like that where like the MCM products of sentience. I know you said that before, and like their sentience into themselves react to the deaths. I do think that's interesting. I do like that. I reckon she could be getting added, but getting VR. Miss Kimura is introduced in VR before. True. Mystic Hippo was PlayStation VR exclusive though. She wasn't on the Steam version. I mean, she was always technically there, but her game isn't there unless something on PlayStation because of PlayStation's VR has like eye tracking or something. I guess it's different from whatever Oculus's tracking is. So because of that, they're using experimental technology. I do think that's one thing I do think will happen in Secret Mimic VR though. I don't think Secret Mimic VR mode will come with any big substantial teasers for the next game. Because I think, at least I hope, that Secret Mimic gets DLC as well. I think Secret Mimic could really use DLC. I think most of its issues could be solved with DLC. So I really hope it happens. And if it gets DLC, the big teasers would be in the DLC, not in the VR mode port. I mean, they could be in both, like Hellpointed had it in both, but Hellpointed 2, I mean, it only had an update, a separate update. I don't know. I guess I don't really have precedent. However, Secret Mimic has already been updated to include things like Edwin's silhouette, right? And that had big lore implications. That was interesting. And that kind of has implications on future games as well if Edwin's still alive. But also, he might not be still alive because some people think it's his ghost, and it's up to interpretation. We love Fast Freddy's for that. But I do think Secret Mimic VR mode will introduce new things, like the Edwin silhouette, or like Security Breach adding back cut content. Maybe some pieces of cut content will come back. Yeah, sure, Miss Skipper could be one of those things. That'd be great. I am not convinced there'll be a big, meaningful thing, like a huge thing. But I can totally see there being new things. So whenever I see polls that are like, do we think that Secret Mimic VR mode is going to get new content? It's like, what are we counting as new content? Because to some extent, yeah, I think it will. But I don't think it's to the extent that most people are predicting. A lot of people are going to be predicting it's going to be like a whole, like, teaser area, like the, security, like, Hellpointed having, like, the whole Pizzaplex being revealed and stuff. Or, like, Hellpointed 2 getting a whole new ending. Things like that. Or some people think there's going to be a secret DLC. It's just going to be shadow dropped alongside it. No way. No way they'll shadow drop DLC with the VR mode. And I don't think there'll be a whole new game mode. I don't think there'll be a new ending. I don't think anything huge will happen. But I think something small will happen. So I've always been kind of mixed on how to respond to those kind of polls. Because if I say yes, I feel like I'm fitting in too much of the category that's expecting there to be like a huge like secret ending that teases the next game or something. It's like, I don't know about that. And that's coming from someone who thinks there might be something like that in the future. Because there's the welcome... I've talked about this a lot on previous live streams. But the welcome lounge, is that what the area is called? Basically, when you go to the welcome show and continue heading north, the area where you like go to the elevator takes you to like the showroom hub. Between like that elevator and the welcome show, there's like a welcome lounge, welcome lobby or something like that. Just like couches and a 2-story area. That area. I don't know if I'm describing it well enough to know what I'm talking about, but hopefully I did. There's a staircase that goes down into a basement somewhere. You can't go down that staircase. They just included a staircase down for shits and giggles. You don't even see that staircase from lower down. Like, maybe if you go to the basement later and you see that staircase, then it's like, oh, that's just there for continuity, just there so you, like, know where you are spatially. But they don't do that. It's a staircase that goes to somewhere we don't see. It's like, why would you include that? Why would you go out of your way to go, hey, there's this whole area here, we're not going to show you what it is. The only reason I can see is if it's the same reason as Security Breach. Now, Security Breach kind of had 2 reasons. Some areas a majority of areas actually are there because of cut content. The majority of like areas it's like, oh, there is something here but we're not showing you. It's usually because they're cut. But there are a couple of areas locked off in Security Breach that were never there. Like, you go back to the cut files and, like, the cut maps and stuff, and they were never there. they were always planned to be saved for DLC. So that mainly, the only one that comes to mind, I say areas, but really it's like area or two north. We're gonna go right to the north of the Pizzaplex, so like the Roxy Raceway. No, not the Roxy Raceway, the Glamrock Beauty Salon, and the, what's the opposite side? There's one on the opposite side as well, I can't remember what it is. Is it the Cupcake Bakery? I don't remember exactly which area it was on the other side, but there's one on the other side as well. Where there's like barricades for an area. And they aren't like level 10 security doors. They aren't the ones that it's like, oh, you should have gone through here. They're barricaded off, and you go there and ruin. Those spaces behind there, right at the north of Pizzaplex, were never there. Not even in cut content. They were always intended to be saved for DLC. So, it's a mixture of some was saved for later, some was because of cut content. So when I look at Secret of the Mimic's, like, one singular staircase... Oh, there is one other thing. Secret of the Mimic does have a monorail or something. I don't know if that's the term, but there's like a roller coaster ride that goes around the entire location. Some of that was cut content. We've seen cut stuff from the Doll Hospital that kind of tied into that. So I do believe, to some extent, there are cut areas, and it could be a cut area syndrome. However, even then, remember, Security Breach still used the actual cut areas, and then still did that with DLC anyway. Like, it converted one to the other anyway. So, regardless, I guess, if it was cut for cut content purposes, or because it was always purposely saved for DLC, I do believe that some of those areas that we don't see in MCM will be in DLC. And in those DLC areas, I could totally see there being a teaser there. That's where I think the most likely big tease will be. Small things in updates, small things wherever. Sure, like Secret Mimic as a whole is also just leading up to the next game, so mini details teasing the next thing will be there everywhere. But I think the big swing will be in those areas saved for later. The other idea I had wasn't that it's saved for DLC, but if it is coming into an update, I think it'll be non-canon. I think it'll be when you go on New Game Plus, that area will be cleared out and you can go down there. So, but if that's the case, then that could be now, like tomorrow as well. I don't know, I have ideas, I have a lot of thoughts, I don't know what they're going to go with, and I've also completely lost what I was talking about. I love tangents. Makes streams fun. Okay, right back up. The Miskipper is the... Okay. What VR is it gonna be on? I'm gonna be playing on Steam VR. It's coming to Steam and PlayStation. Sorry I didn't answer that way earlier. Mr. Kippo is the grandma or mother of Fiona and William. Yeah, what? Okay, good thing you explained immediately after. Fiona is the real... Oh, yeah, Fiona being on top of Fazbear Entertainment. That's an interesting theory. The interesting thing about any Mimic, really, like M2, M1, is probably more likely M1 at this point, being like the head of Fazbear Entertainment, is because it'd explain a lot. Like, the Pizzaplex has a lot of areas that are clearly based off Help Wanted. And now that Secret of the Mimic has come out, a lot of areas based off Murray's. So it's really weird. Like, why is areas... And even weirder, you don't see that for the other games. Like, you see stuff like, oh, after playing Secret of the Mimics, like, oh, that reminds me of this place, the Pizzaplex. And, oh, that reminds me of stuff from Help Wanted. There's nothing there where you look at it, and go, oh yeah, that looks like FNaF 1. That reminds me of FNaF 2. That reminds me of FNaF 3. The only exception is you literally see the Five Freddy's 6 location underground. But that's not reminiscent of, that's not built into the Pizzaplex, that's under the Pizzaplex. That's kind of a separate thing. To me, anyway. In terms of the Pizzaplex itself, the construction of the Pizzaplex involves elements of locations that the Mimic has been in. I don't think that's a coincidence. I do think in some way, the Mimic has influenced the construction of the Pizzaplex, and is therefore has been an active player from the revival of Fazbear Entertainment from the very beginning. And the weird thing is, M2 should have been out of commission for most of that. So M1 being the one that's kind of running Fazbear Entertainment, I see it. And the other thing that's weird too is like the Afton family thing, where it's like for some reason Mrs. Afton's at the head of the table. I feel pretty good that Mrs. Afton's not going to be relevant. I really don't think she will be, especially considering that I know this is a very controversial theory. I do think Vanessa is a descendant of the Afton family, and if that's the case, Mrs. Afton killed herself. Because Vanessa's mother killed herself. So, in my theory, it literally cannot be Mrs. Afton who's relevant. And my theory could just be wrong. So, like, that's moot. But, either Mrs. Afton is in charge doing stuff, or Mrs. Afton is being used as, like, some sort of thematic parallel for someone else. In some way. Now, to be fair, nothing about Fiona screams parallel to Mrs. Afton. I see no correlation, like, at all. Aside from they're both women, and that's not enough for me. So I don't know if that really ties in anything. But that's really weird. That staff bot table has always really bothered me if the emphasis is put on Mrs. Afton. And again, the whole Mimic has clearly been involved in the Pizza Place construction also bothers me. There's a lot of stuff about security breach that we still gotta figure out. And it's not on us to figure it out, because we don't have the pieces. It's on the game, we gotta wait for the next game to come out. It's one of the things I don't like about modern Five Nights at Freddy's, is it doesn't feel like we're solving the games, it feels like we're waiting to be given the answers to the games. I don't like that. It removes the coolest part of theorizing for me. But I mean, hey, there's still some theorizing elements, so hey, it's not a deal breaker. Whatever gives us good storytelling, I guess, because the games individually, as a result, have better storytelling. At least, Secret of the Mimic has better storytelling. Security Breach's story was better. Mate, I've dragged on for way too long. You think Edwin married Fiona? Oh, really? That could tie the two things I was just talking about together, actually. If at some point William and Fiona were together, it'd be weird timeline-wise. It'd mean that Fiona broke up with William and then dated Edwin. Also, if that was the case, wouldn't Fiona have talked about William at some point in the game? Because surely if Edwin was literally working with Fazbear Entertainment, surely Fiona would have brought it up at some point. Hey, I married this guy. He's a psycho. Don't work with him. Instead, the only person Edwin brings up as warning him about Fazbear Entertainment is his father. So I am kind of not 100% convinced that William and Fiona married at any point, but I can see why you made that connection. Oh, does this launch at midnight? Got no idea when it launches, buddy. No clue. I am Australian, so usually American launches are when I'm supposed to be asleep. So I'm just going to assume that I don't need to worry about it, and that I'll wake up with it already out. I don't know when it's coming out. Sorry. Can't help. Hello, person whose name is a bunch of characters that cannot be read. I don't even think those are characters from other languages. One of those is a 5. The worst thing in Five Nights at Freddy's, Region 1 Angel Theory stuff. Worst thing in Five Nights at Freddy's, Edwin's existence. What the hell? What the hell? What am I reading? That one, like, Josuke image of... What am I reading? Or, like, what was it? Was it... Am I reading what the fuck? Or what the fuck am I reading? Depending on which way you read it. And it's funny and it works both ways. Love... JoJolion memes are the best JoJo's memes. Love JoJolion. No, I don't. I do not love JoJolion. I just remembered the ending. I do not love JoJolion. Oh, the implication that Mimic was chilling in Mike's living room. Oh my god. Good point. Good point. I forgot about Mike's living room. I say that it's only involved with things Mimic has seen. When has Mimic seen Mike's living room? That is a good point. That is actually a big hole in what I said about it needing to be Mimic involved. That then teeters back more on the original theory, which is Fazbear Entertainment are pulling from their own past. I don't know, I still think Mimic's involved. The thing is with Mike's room, Do we think he inherited the house from William? Do we think it's the same room, same house as like FNaF 4? Because it could be another room in the Murray house. We don't see the full Murray house. Like, as I said before, there's a lot of areas in Secret Mimic where we don't see. When we crawl through a vent to get to David's room, we don't go the normal way. The normal way is blocked off. And when we get to David's room, there's doors we can't go through. There's more to that house. Maybe the Mike's room was also Edwin's somewhere. Off screen. I don't know, if the problem is, at that point, I'm making a theory based off a theory, whereas previously with the implication of like the Mimic, everything being based off the Mimic, that was I used evidence to build a theory. However, the second that evidence falls apart and needs a theory of its own, that immediately makes this kind of fall apart. Not in terms of logic, it could still work, but in terms of evidence and it being actually compelling, it falls apart. Just kind of like another thing with me, I've gone through another rabbit hole recently. This location's timeline placement drives me nuts. And one of the reasons is because I feel like no matter what you do, it's weird for somebody's story. No matter where you place it, it's weird somewhere. It's like, which weird story? I end up having to look at that and go, which is the least weird? Which one is only weird because my theories made it weird? Could my theories be wrong? So I went through this big list of like, okay, here's a problem with this, this, and this placement in the timeline. What if I was wrong about this, 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 and this? Look at my evidence again. Ignore it. Let's pretend I was wrong. Alright? Go with that for like a few days. Look back at my evidence. Alright, how do I feel now? I've gotten comfortable with it. Now I know it's not just a knee-jerk reaction. I got comfortable with the theory. Let's look back at my original evidence again and see why I was against it. Whoa! That was a good reason why I was against that. Okay, let's not... It's not there. Repeat for like every place it could possibly be. The annoying thing about Sister Location is it feels like it can simultaneously go anywhere, but simultaneously cannot go anywhere. You gotta make compromises somewhere, and it's weird somewhere. And I say it's a problem. That's what FNaF 3 storytelling has always been. That's where the theorizing gets interesting and cool. That point where it's like, oh, this could be interpreted in a bunch of different ways. I actually don't have a problem with it in a narrative sense. I do think it's interesting how where you place it could be placed pretty much anywhere depending on your theories, and where you place it completely changes your story because it changes Mike's motivation. It ties into the motivations and stories of a bunch of different characters. This location's timeline placement is very important. It can change your entire story, and it can work basically anywhere. That's probably the biggest swing in classic Five Freddy's. If there was anything that's still ambiguous that would get confirmed, that would be like the biggest thing it could possibly be. Outside of like crack theories, I think that's the only one where it would be a big swing no matter where you put it. No matter what gets confirmed, it'd be a big swing for a big chunk of the fanbase. Because there's implications no matter where you place it. So I find it interesting. It's annoying as someone who's trying to solve it, but at the same time, not everything's supposed to be solved. The point of lore, to me, is just to like give you a big sense of satisfaction when you like find out the underlying story. Like, as long as you learn enough for the game to be recontextualized in a way that's more satisfying, you've gotten the lore satisfaction. The other thing is, the other point of lore is world building. Making the world feel bigger than it actually is. Because, newsflash, Scott did not plan every aspect of the lore. He's pretending he planned it, and putting seeds everywhere that implies it, and then as he builds off those seeds, he does more stuff that was never implied, and then he keeps building off everything. It's laying the foundations to expand off later, making the world feel bigger so that he can do more later. Or not even, it doesn't even necessarily need to be to do more later, just making the world feel bigger and more lived in, and feel like there's more going on. Those are kind of the two purposes of lore, in my opinion. Expanding the scope of how the series feels, and getting bigger narrative satisfaction from getting that big underlying thing. Unfortunately, a massive chunk kind of falls into the former category, of the it's just there to make it feel bigger. Sister locations, timeline placement. As long as you solve what like the underlying story of sister location, like Elizabeth's deaths and stuff, which isn't that hard to solve for. At the end of the day, you've got the narrative satisfaction element already. Where that plays on the timeline can completely change your story, but it's not in a way that I feel like is bad. I feel like it kind of works with Five Nights at Freddy's. I think I don't know. Again, it's when you're trying to find an objective answer, there isn't really one, so it's kind of annoying. But as long as you're not trying to look for that, I think it's kind of fun to have like these mysteries everywhere. This location is definitely a big one. I plan to do a another side tangent. Sorry, I'll get to comments. I can see chat moving. Sorry. That's what you get from watching Choice of Perfection. You get me rambling for an hour. And you'll get that when I'm playing the game too. Y'all saw me play Help Wanted 2, I'm sure of it. Half those streams of me just talking. Crap, I just forgot what I was gonna say. No, I do remember. I want to do challenge runs. Not many people know this, but I'm more of a player than a theorist. When people watch my channel, they probably would assume I'm a theorist with how much I like theorize and interact with the theorizing community. I talk about predictions and that sort of thing. I'm more of a player. I care about the games way more than the story. The story could go to garbage and I'd still love it. In fact, it did. I hate Security Breach's story. Love Security Breach. The phrase love Security Breach would get me lynched in this community. But I do. It's a fun game. I enjoy it as a player. And as someone who's only played it post-patch, I think it's a fun experience. I don't think it's the right direction for the series, but as a standalone game in like a big series, I think it's pretty fun. I got my value out of it. And that's despite the story being, dear God. Like, I have no emotional investment into the theorizing space. I guess that's another reason why I don't interact with the theorizing community very much, like I said, like, way earlier. I barely watch videos, barely interact on other social media platforms. Probably another reason why, because it's not a big part of the franchise appeal to me. It's interesting, though. Like, it's what lingers with you. But when you come out of the game, the mysteries, the story, that's what lingers. That's what makes you go, after you beat the game, going, oh, that was so fun. I want to learn more about this. I want to learn the strategies. I want to learn what's going on. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, I didn't know that. That makes this so much cooler. I've got even bigger appreciation now. Like, right. That went side tangent. Point is, I'm more of a player. I want to do challenge runs in the future. I want to be the type of person who, like, does things like beat the games without dying. Things like that. And eventually I want to do max modes as well. I have not beaten a single max mode. The closest I've gotten to beating a max mode is 2020 from Five Nights at Freddy's 4. But that is not Five Nights at Freddy's 4's max mode. Five Nights at Freddy's 4's max mode is Nightmare All Challenges. So, well, yeah, all challenges. So I've never beaten a max mode. I reckon I probably could if I grinded it for a while, though. Like, I'm decent at most games in the series. I've gotten close a bunch of times, too. Like, I've played them for fun in my own time, just the max modes. I do it a lot in B-roll. Like, if you see some of my earlier videos, back when I did more videos and stuff, a lot of the time, the background footage would be of me attempting max modes. I've gotten pretty close to some of those attempts. I distinctly remember dying late 5 AM in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 Golden Freddy mode in, like, the B-roll. I was sitting there going, oh my god, am I going to beat this in background footage? That's going to be the coolest thing ever, what the hell? I didn't. I still died, unfortunately. But I've gotten close enough in enough max modes for just casually playing without even sitting down and really attempting it. Because usually I don't attempt that sort of thing. I'm not a type of person who wants to do big challenges, because I find that if you do that in games, most of the time, for me, it ruins the experience. It's like, you're not supposed to play that game at that absurd level of difficulty. That's there for the overachievers. I'm not an overachiever. If I tried that, it'd ruin the game for me, I felt like. But I've gotten close enough that I almost feel like I could do it. I feel like I could totally do live streams just grinding out a max mode. And I could probably beat most of them within a couple of streams. I'm not doing 50-20. shit do us far. I'm not doing that shit. But I reckon I could beat a big chunk of them. And I want to do, as I said, challenge runs. And one of the things I want to do at some point soon, actually, is some sort of challenge that involves me playing through the full series with one challenge enabled. As I said, it could be just without dying. And but I'm going to be doing it in timeline order. Because most people who are players don't know much about the lore and story. I feel like I'm kind of unique in the sense that I kind of tap into both sides a bit. I'm more of a player, but because I love playing, I learn about the lore and story. I feel like there's not a lot of people who kind of dive into both. And so I feel like that could make some really interesting stuff where I might have to do like lore-related things within gameplay-related challenges. So that's something I want to try and do at some point. And one of those I want to do stuff in timeline placement, and that's why, to loop it all the way back around to what finally got me going on this tangent, sister location. When the hell do I play sister location? Right now it's between 1 and 3. That's where I've placed it, after my weeks-long trial in my mind of going, if I place it here, what theories do I need to abandon? Get comfortable with it. And reflect on it. I don't like that. Trying that with so many different timeline placements, I think I've settled on between 1 and 3 currently. And that's as someone who used to put it a little later. I used to put it after 3, but I think between 1 and 3 is kind of where I've settled on now. I don't know what the common consensus is, but that's kind of what I've put it. We'll see. We'll see how I feel like on the day. Again, because I'm so mixed on this location, it could probably change between the day. Yeah, I guess that was a big tangent. I'll go back. Sorry for ignoring chat for so long. But hey, again, that's what you get from a Toast of Perfection stream. You get people chatting, I take one comment, I read it, cool, take one comment, hour-long tangent. I now have 20 comments. So, in the Silver okay, I'm reading Angel Theory. So, in the Silver Eyes, John is actually the vengeful spirit. Elizabeth is... What? Where does John being the vengeful spirit come from? Oh, God. Hello, yeah, okay, I read that. May or may not buy this. Also, hi. Oh, you may not buy Super Mario VR mode. Yeah, it'd be sick. Would it be cool if I did... Oh, I can't. I was about to say, wouldn't it be cool if I did, like, a giveaway or something? It's like, hey, like, I don't know... comment this and give away and you win a copy. I just remembered that I'm broke. I can't give away shit. I give away $2, I'm dead. Scary because I actually gotta make my money last for quite a while, so I really can't spend any money. If 5 Laps at Freddy's releases too soon this year, it's not being played, because I don't have the money for it. Hope it's 12 AM, I can finally use Valve Index for something other than VR chat. Oh, I gotta play... I've always been wanting to check out VR chat. I don't know. I was not social enough of a person. The only things I've played in VR are... Five Nights at Freddy's... oh, dear God. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. Banger game. Love Help Wanted 2. Probably one of my favorite... No. It is my favorite game in the series. I'm gonna say that confidently. And, Minecraft. I've played Minecraft in VR, just to give it a try. And I thought, oh, I could make a video series out of this if it's really cool. Not interesting enough. I don't think it's that cool. Maybe if I compile a really cool mod pack together, like maybe I could add a bunch of horror mods over top, so that I'm shitting myself in Minecraft. That could be a fun experience. But just plain Minecraft VR, I don't think I'll do. It's a fun novelty. I don't think I enjoy it that much. The thing is with VR, is that the advantage of VR for me is immersion. Having like complete surround sound. A lot of people just have that already, but I have a freaking sound bar. That is the best I've got. Oh, I've got headphones. So I have headphone audio for like 2 directions. I don't have surround sound. So I got VR for surround sound, VR for haptics. You get haptics if you use controller, but I don't use controller very often. I use mouse. Don't get haptics on mouse. Get it in VR. and you know, the obvious elephant in the room, seeing everything around you. I don't think VR works as well unless you're in an environment made to be immersive. Minecraft is meant to be, you know, you build it, you do what you want with it. It's not meant to be a you feel really there. That's not what Minecraft's trying to go for, so it doesn't really work very well. The other reason why it doesn't work very well is because the other advantage of VR is physical interaction. Being able to grab things. You know, I'm really excited to do Secret Mimic for that. Being able to help on to a bunch of fun stuff, like smacking the bonbons. All that, like, cool actions where you're physically doing stuff. Playing Minecraft, like, what are you doing? You hit things. And it's more optimal to just not even hit it like that. It's more optimal to just use the button because you have better range. So, the one thing that might be marginally interesting in Minecraft isn't even. So, Minecraft, because it's not made to be a VR game. Surprise. You adapt a game that's not meant to be in VR, it doesn't work. The atmosphere doesn't work. The controls doesn't really work. It works on a technical standpoint, but it isn't effective. So I'm not really going to go back to that unless I can find a bunch of other really cool mods that makes it more effective. I'm not putting that off though, it could totally happen, but it might be a while. Yeah, other than that, I've just played the Fast Freddy's games. Oh, and I've played some fan games. There is Ultimate Custom Night VR. I have that. It's awesome. The only annoying thing about it is trying to make it work in the first place, because unlike stealable games where you can just teleport, it's like, oh, I'm off-centered. Alright, I'll go to the center and then teleport to where I need to be. Now I'm realigned. Ultimate Custom Night, the VR fan game, doesn't let you realign. So, you gotta restart if you want another attempt at realigning yourself. And unfortunately, I also think that the VR getting your like your room layout is also sabotaging that. So I haven't been able to play Ultimate Custom Night VR in a while, which is unfortunate because it was really cool to have Ultimate Custom Night in VR. And that person who made Ultimate Custom Night VR also adapted a bunch of other games in VR as well. Like, I think they made Sister Location. I never looked into it. I have zero interest in playing Sister Location. You will not make me play another Sister Location game. I played the original Sister Location. Maybe I'll play games that improve on Sister Location. Not just a VR adaptation. No. Sister Location is not good enough for that. Kind of conceptual standpoint. Alright, that was a big tangent. Oh my god, Angel Theory jump scare. Yeah, hi channel. Sorry it took you forever. I bet you probably left by the time I'm addressing you. Glitch says, yes, actually, I believe the Midnight Murderous house is the same house one seen in the FNaF 4 screen. Yeah, valid. Up to interpretation. Speaking of Midnight Murderous, no, I won't do that now. I won't do that now. If you're following my channel, you probably would have known what I was almost debating on bringing up. Channel, okay, Angel Theories explain themselves. Great. Parallel of John, Cronchell. I don't know what the parallels are. I don't know. Yeah. Glitch, I don't think it's a troll. Angel Theory's got really, deviated theories. The problem is you can't explain yourself very well. That's why I never wanted to interact with the theorizing community. Oh god. The theorizing community on Twitter. Because Twitter has the same issue. You have character limits. And when you have character limits, you cannot explain yourself. So, YouTube, Twitter, both kind of fall into that. Discord's character limit is big enough that usually you can explain yourself unless you're going into some really insane territory. Reddit, insane character limit. I've hit the Reddit character limit because I yap too much. You think I yap a lot on stream? I do it just as much in writing. There's a reason why I failed all my English classes. I could not keep concise. But yeah, those are way better for theorizing. Twitter, YouTube comments, terrible. Just terrible. You can't explain yourself. And when you can't explain yourself and can't go into the nuance and explanations, what can you do? Like, how do you explain your theories in a space where you don't have enough characters to explain yourself? Unless your theory is really basic. But Angel Theory's theories are they deviate a lot. Again, the theorizing community needs people who deviate. That's how you get interesting ideas and how we get to So there's a lot of solutions that only came from people deviating. So I really love people who deviate. Sometimes it's hard to follow, sometimes it can sound insane. I appreciate it. But one thing that sucks about it is that those people don't really get much of a voice in spaces like this, where they can't even explain it. Angel Theory. Make YouTube videos. That's what you gotta do. Make videos yourself. Just make like your hour-long video, drawing all the connections, making sure everyone can follow through. That'd be great. And if you make videos, I will support them. Send me your videos. I'll do a reaction. I'll give my proper thoughts with your, now that you're able to properly explain yourself. That'd be great. I want to do more reaction videos. I did one reaction video, and I don't like doing it. In future, I think if I do reactions, it'll be a live stream. I don't know why I did it in a video format. But the problem was, there was comments that said, you know, you're stealing content. And it's like, I didn't feel like that because I paused so often and went on these big tangents in the video as well. So I didn't feel like I was stealing content because most of the content in that video was still from me. Like, I paused and yapped enough that majority of it was still me. But I can see why just talking about someone else's theories for ages isn't very interesting. I can see how it could kind of come off bad. If I do it in the future, which I kind of do want to do, I'll do it in a live stream. Actually, that could be a really fun live stream, actually. Just like, opening a live stream, opening Reddit, FNaF Theory subreddit. I don't check these Reddits and pages anymore, so every time I'd open that up, even if I do it like weekly, there'd be new theories to explore. That could be really fun, actually. I never thought about doing that until now. I want to do that. I totally want to do a live stream or just react to a bunch of theories. Talk about them. I could even, like, would it be funny if I tier list? Nah, that'd be mean. You can't tier list theories. Even insane ones have good grounding. They come from somewhere. You can't do that. Alright. Hello, Sikro TK, is that how it's pronounced? I apologize if not. This is kind of secret. It is secret. You know what's really secret, though? I have a party. There's a party that's really secret. Involves a bird. There's parties that are super secretive. And I'm involved. I hope me moving into the mic accommodated for the fact that I was whispering that. I assume so. Alright. Channel, the amount of fandoms I'm in with obscure amount of lore is insane. I got Five Nights at Freddy's. That's enough for me. I'm obviously weirdly, I'm not really in a lot of fandoms. Most of the time I find myself really annoyed with fandoms. I don't like participating in fandoms. But obviously, I'm in the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom. I make YouTube videos. That counts as being in the fandom. But, really outside of that though, like even outside of fandoms, like just being a fan and not participating in the fanbase. I think Five Nights at Freddy's is the only one that has obscure lore that I'm actually into. Because, like, everything else is just kind of more normal. Or Minecraft. Minecraft has technically gone into the lore side of things now. I just don't care about it. It's weird to say, Minecraft, I have a really weird relationship with Minecraft. #1 favorite game of all time. As a game. As a series. As a bigger thing. Could not care less. I do not care about spin-offs. I do not care about the films. I do not care about the canon lore. I care about me doing whatever the fuck I want in Minecraft, because that's the appeal of the game to me, is just doing whatever I want. What, I want to throw in mods? What, I want to battle Freddy Fazbear with a lightsaber? I'm doing it, and you can do it in Minecraft. Nothing's stopping you. The world is your oyster. If the world is my oyster, I'm doing what I want with my oyster. I don't want other people telling me what I gotta do with the oyster. I don't want the oyster's parents to be telling me, you can't eat our oyster, we're the parents, it'll hurt our feelings. I'm eating your oyster. My oyster. I'm eating it. When it comes to things like Five Nights at Freddy's, it's like, yeah, there's a big lore thing here. The appeal of Five Nights at Freddy's was not being able to do what you want with it. Like, that was not the point of it, so I could take it differently. That's why it kind of works for that and not Minecraft. Outside of Minecraft and Five Nights at Freddy's, I don't think anything else I've been a fan of has gone to the lore deep end. The only things that kind of have are trying to steer away from it. Like Bendy. Bendy and the Ink Machine kind of felt iffy like that. But then, like, they're clearly moving away from mascot horror tropes. Like Dark Revival, phenomenal game. Ink Factory, guarantee it'll be phenomenal. And I guarantee you won't need to dig through like 1 in 1 million chance Easter eggs or really obscure stuff to understand the basic premise of Bendy and Ink Machine. You'll get it just by playing it. Like Bendy and Ink Machine itself, you kind of did, but once you played Dark Revival, it made sense. So you get it after Dark Revival. And I guarantee Ink Factory will be the same way. It'll make sense, I'm sure. What else? I don't know, I can't really think of stuff. Again, the other closest thing is, do I count as being in my own games fandom? Is that a cop-out? I am very invested in the Lean Simulator lore. I actually, if you guys don't know, because I don't like using Twitter, I've started role-playing as Lean Monster Gaming on Twitter, and I recently made a comment somewhere out of character actually talking about that, where it's like, I didn't want Lean Simulator Desperation to fall into mascot horror tropes of cryptic lore, but it fell into it. And the reason why it fell into that trap, even though I was purposely trying to avoid it, is because the thing with mascot horror lore is that that's them being cryptic, not portraying their story. Turns out, you still get that effect if you try to portray a story, but your writing is so dog shit that you fail to portray it. You are not supposed. Lean Simulator was not supposed to have theorizing. It has theorizing. There are Lean Simulator theorists. I can name them. The community for Lean Simulator is so small because, you know, small indie game by me, you know, meme game and all. How do I have theorists? This is like the group I didn't want. And it's really cool seeing people theorize, don't get me wrong, it's awesome to see. I appreciate it. But it reflects a lot on me as a writer. That the fact that I was purposely trying not to do that, and it still ended up like that. God, I hope my next game doesn't fall into that trap again. Fingers crossed, the story is like my #1 priority because I don't want to fall into that trap that badly. Woo, we love this. Just noticed the game's gonna release at 7 AM in the morning. Yo, how do you know? Wait, what time zone? How do you know? How do you know when it's gonna release? Because if you know when it's gonna release in the time zone, I'm setting an alarm. I want to be there for launch. Noxum 4727. If you're still in chat, what time zone is at 7 AM? I gotta know when I gotta be awake for, and where did you get that information? Our channel says, don't worry, Toast, we love you the same the way you are. It's why you're subscribed. I get it. Oh, David is Charlotte. Look, you could make the case for it. John FNaF had a whole video dedicated to saying Charlotte Emily is Circus Baby. And the point at the end of the video was, hey, just because you can make connections doesn't mean you should. And, because, yeah, you can in fact make connections between Charlotte and Circus Baby. And I'm sure you can make just as many connections between David and Charlotte. In fact, I can think of one immediately. Like the strapped design. Like, Charlotte and the Crying Child already had connections. David definitely does too. Like, I can think of some immediately. Secret Mimic is 20 DLRs here. What do you mean by DLRs? Oh, Angel Theory says, this guy created this self-replication machine. Genius, who made his wife bake pie. His mind isn't right. Yeah, Edwin's insane. We love him, though. This cannot be real, bro. He ate them. Oh, yeah, another thing. Because I go on such long tangents, I'd really appreciate just, like, maybe alluding to what you're responding to. Because when I read some of these things, I don't know what some of these things are responding to at this point because I've yapped on for too long. Uh, Deskman says his mind is not right. The Deskman is fascinating. I find that really interesting. So again, back to me doing like challenge runs and integrating lore into them. If I was to do full series playthrough timeline order, I would include every game that affects the timeline. So I would include Five Nights at Freddy's World. Five Nights at Freddy's World is an A tier game. Love that game. When I recently did my full series playthrough in my own time, because I just love just playing through the series just for fun. Trust me, if I did a live stream every time I replayed Five Nights at Freddy's, you'd get sick of me playing Five Nights at Freddy's. Again, I'm a player for these games. But yeah, I would absolutely put Five Nights at Freddy's World in there. And personally, I'd actually put Five Nights at Freddy's World in between 1 and Sister Location. Because as I said, I put Sister Location between 1 and 3. And the reason why is because, in my opinion, like, World is clearly like a connection between 4 and 3. Problem is, 4 and 3 stories, they're pretty far apart. World can be anywhere in between, really. All we know is that World's only lore connection is that you set up Happiest Day. So, to me, it's more closely linked to 3 than it is to 4, despite the fact it's very close linked to 4 as well. But in terms of playing it in a timeline, I have to kind of pick one to lean into. So I kind of choose the lead up to 3 more than the follow-up from 4. However, if I put Sister Location before 3, you gotta also keep in mind that Five Nights at Freddy's World does end with a Sister Location teaser. Why not also just put it before Sister Location? That way the teaser lands up too. So, but the problem is, if I'm going with that logic, that would also incentivize me to get the teaser ending. Which means I gotta beat Chica's Magic Rainbow. In my full series playthrough I did in my own time, I tried to 100% that game. I really tried 100% Five Nights at Freddy's World. I struggled. I really struggled. That rainbow whooped my ass. It really did. Oh, that rainbow. If I did it on a live stream, I'd at least have chat going, "You can do it! I believe in you! Just one more try! Oh, you died again? Just one more try! Oh, you died again? Just one more try! Oh, you've now said just one more try 3,000 times, it's now 1 AM in the morning? Come on, man, surely this is the one! You got this!" Oh. I'll at least have some encouragement, even if it's only ironic. Maybe that will help me get through Chica's Magic Rainbow. Because I want to do it. Five Nights at Freddy's World is one of my favorite games in this series. Is it? It's not my number one. It's not quite number one. Like I said, I want to choose my number one, but that's only mainline. I don't know what my favorite is, including spin-offs, because there's a lot of strong contenders when you include spin-offs. I love a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's spin-offs. Honestly, I like most of them more than the main games. Fun fact, I'm not a horror fan. I like Five Nights at Freddy's for the gameplay, how fun it is to play, and the cute mascot characters. Big fan of cute mascot characters. And the lore's pretty fun, I won't lie. It's not the big appeal to me, but it's the fun thing you linger with. So, spin-offs? Way up my alley. It's just more Five Nights at Freddy's, but fun gameplay in other ways. Great, it mixes things up. A lot of them even still have lore. Great. Gives me a route to go for. And, hey, those cute characters, now they're even cuter. Great. Love the spin-offs. But yeah, I'd play Five Nights at Freddy's World probably before Sister Location. I guess that's what's my whole tangent here because of that ending. Angel Theory says, I'm still practicing drawing. It needs to look perfect. Oh, yeah, I suck at art. No, you're getting shown this. This is so funny. Oh yeah, my OBS crash looks. So, you guys know I'm a game developer. I make games in my spare time. I originally meant to tease my next game with a visual that I drew. This is in Lean Slayer Desperation's dev archive as well. This is documented in my game. I'm gonna show it on stream, just to show you what teaser, and how bad this teaser looks. It's so stupid. Where is it? Oh, wait. It's gonna be in this folder. Is it gonna be in that folder? Is it? Tell me it's just here. I don't want to open the folder with my actual teeth. Yeah, here we go. Artistic beauty. Hang on. I'm gonna make myself go away for a second. Truly a work of art. It looks so fucking stupid. So you can see why I didn't use this as a teaser, right? This is like an anti-teaser. You see this and you think, damn, this looks dog shit. I'm not gonna follow whatever the hell you're gonna do next time. Oh. Ugh. Ugh. So anyway, I've learned that I'm never gonna draw my own assets. I want to get better at 3D modeling. That's one thing I will try and grind out to get better at. Because at least I'm pretty decent with textures. Like, it's hard to draw 2D, but textures don't require as much solid, like, drawing and line art and stuff. Usually you can just, like, do whatever, paint everywhere, just put some effects over it, works. I feel like my textures aren't horrible, but I want to get better at 3D modeling. I made the Lean Monster 3D model, and honestly, it looked terrible, but I feel like if I improve just a little bit from the Lean Monster, I feel like I can start making some decent 3D models. I only have hundreds of hours in Blender. Now, you guys gotta see this too. The man who can't 3D model. You gotta see how my freaking Blender hours are. 271 hours in Blender, and I still can't 3D model. When people say that they really try and they just can't get good enough, that's how I feel. There's a certain point where you put in enough hours where people can't really tell you haven't tried. Because that's normally what people say. Like when you say, oh, I've tried, but I just couldn't do it. Most people think, oh, you gave it like 5 minutes and couldn't be perfect in 5 minutes. Sure, that's unreasonable. 271 hours, I think, is a little closer to the amount of time I've spent trying. That I feel like people should at least be able to acknowledge that I've given it at least a little more effort than the average I tried it for 5 minutes and couldn't be perfect right away. 271 hours I feel like is a decent amount of time to say that I've at least given it a shot. If someone like recommended you a TV show and you've watched like One Piece or something and you say, man, I've watched this for 271 hours, and they respond, man, that's nothing, you haven't even given it a chance. You'd say, bro, do you know how much One Piece I watched? I feel like that's enough time where you can't say I haven't tried. I've given it my fair chance. And to be completely fair, again, by the end of it, I did make a Lean Monster model that was usable. Nearly, like, over 270 hours it took to get a model that was at least kind of plausible enough to be used. It's still not a good model. No one expects it to be. It's at least usable. That's progress. After 271 hours, I finally have tangible progress. So I want to give it a solid shot, and maybe after 10 years, I might have 3D models usable. Because if I can get good 3D models, then you don't even need good textures. Like, most anime games are just flat textures. Yeah, they're just good 3D models, and good shading. Getting good at shading, getting good at 3D models, don't even need good textures. If you have good textures as well, even better. If you have good art, even better. But I think once you have 3D modeling down, start be able to use stuff like that. Now, that being said, I'm talking about game development on YouTube videos. I mean, I guess that's a static image, right? So drawing what you're trying to depict might actually be important. I've actually started rendering. I don't know if anyone's noticed, probably because it's been too long since I've actually done a video and edited a proper edited video. But I've started making my own renders. Whenever I do a video based off a specific character, it's like, I don't do all of them because there's a lot of characters at Five Nights at Freddy's, but the most important ones at each video, I go in and go, oh yeah, I'll make my own render for this. Take the 3D model, I'll make the shading, do some editing after I've exported the image, and yeah. So I've started doing my own renders for some characters, and over time I plan to do most of them. Because for a while I've just been stealing renders from the wiki, and while that's fine and usable, that's fun, you know? People can like, I want to get to the point where people click on a video of mine, it'll be like, oh yeah, this guy. I've seen that render, like, see the thumbnails, like, oh, that render. I know the guy uses that render. And I'll just, you know, I want people, like, to associate some things with me. My channel needs more identity. Identity is very, very important. Identity so far is just, I yap for too long on live streams. Oh. Apparently news channel too. Again, my news videos do really well for some reason. People consider me a news channel. Like, what? That still makes me crack up. Alright. Okay, scrolling up. How much did I miss? Yeah, good luck practicing with drawing Angel Theory. To come all the way back around, good luck. With practice, you'll eventually get there. Even if it takes 280 hours, I believe you'll get there. Alright. Fullfest or Fredbear's game? Both will happen. 100% I'm confident. Neither will happen immediately after this. I'm gonna be so for real. I know a lot of people think that because there's been a lot of Fredbear's imagery in recent marketing material, there's gonna be a Fredbear's game really soon. The next game's gonna be a Fredbear's game. No. Counter argument. The weird part is not that Fredbear is in the marketing material. The weird part is that he wasn't in the marketing material pre-release. It's a Five Nights at Freddy's game. Prototype Fredbear is the closest we have to this game's Freddy, because the actual Freddy doesn't even have a head and isn't recognizable. I mean, he is if you're a Ultra fan, but the head's unused. It technically exists, but it's unused. So, like, the closest we have in-game to an actual version of Freddy Fazbear is that prototype Fredbear. That's them just putting that game's Freddy at the front of marketing for a Five Nights at Freddy's game. That is not weird. That is not suspicious. The weird part is that they didn't do it earlier. So I do not agree that just because there's a lot of Fredbear's imagery recently, that they're gonna make a Fredbear's game. And the other reason why I don't agree with it is because if they're doing a Fredbear's game next, worst possible time. What the hell, guys? Like, we're kind of waiting for Ruin's cliffhanger to be carried on from right now. We're already kind of waiting too long for that. We're really overdue for that. The Fredbear's game is a game that everyone wants. The worst possible time you could possibly pick for a Fredbear's game is when people are distracted wanting something else. Congratulations, you've now ruined the hype for both. Like, worst time. If they're doing a Fredbear's game, terrible idea. I'm not gonna say it can't happen. It could happen. Terrible idea. One, I don't think it's a good idea. Two, I don't think that's why they're doing it, because as I said, it's weird that they didn't put Fredbear's stuff beforehand. So, the fact that they're now... It feels like they're course-correcting from pre-release material to me. It doesn't feel like they're building something up there. Now, that being said, I do think a Fredbear's game will happen eventually. Inevitably. There's like 3 games from the very start, from like even Five Nights 1 to 3 era. That's kind of what I consider pretty much the start. Back before it kept growing. There are 3 games that fans have always wanted. 1. Ever since Five Nights at Freddy's 1, everyone agreed that this game would be amazing in VR. 2. Ever since the lead up to Five Nights at Freddy's 3, people were really curious what a free roam game would look like. People really wanted to see how a free roam Five Nights at Freddy's game would work. 3. Ever since Five Nights at Freddy's 2 introduced Fredbear's Family Diner, everyone's been wanting a Fredbear's Family Diner game. So, I don't know if you noticed, but 2 of those have already happened. Haunted, our VR game. Free roam game. It was Security Breach, but it was bad. So now they're constantly, re-attempting that until they get it right. They're already working on that. The Fredbear's game also kind of already happened. I'm pretty sure Five Nights at Freddy's 4 was their way of doing a Fredbear's game. It was their way of going, hey, nothing bad's happened yet in the series, so we can't actually put a survival thing here. We want to really nail down this is the time before the bad things happened, or at least the inciting incident. So it was at the first instance, like at the end. So I feel like Five Nights 4 was like just trying to nail down this is before things went downhill, so we are not going to have a survival game here. But unfortunately, because it wasn't a survival game, it wasn't enough for people. People didn't get to see the characters. People didn't get to see Fredbear. Hey, you want to see Fredbear and Spring Bonnie? Sure. Ultimate Custom Night. Fredbear design. People hated it. Hole Pointed was supposed to have Spring Bonnie, but it was switched out for Glitch Trap's design later. I mean, we got it from the character encyclopedia at least. That kind of counts for something, I guess. And, but yeah, it's still not enough. People want an actual game there. And Scott knows. Scott knows people want more Fredbears. And you know how we know that we know? Because almost every single game has done something Fredbears adjacent since its reveal. Almost all of them. It's not just the modern games. They've been doing this since the classic games too. Five Nights 2 introduced it. Five Nights 3 technically never did anything for Fredbears, because we didn't know the Springlock suits were used there until 4. Fun fact, in Five Nights 3's phone calls, Spring Bonnie and the other golden suit implied to be Golden Freddy, they were said to be used at Freddy's. So nothing there actually alluded to Fredbears, unless you think like Stage 01 and made the connection that Stage 01 was Fredbears, which it was a reasonable connection, to be fair. So let's count it. 4. You see it in minigames, and there's a story set there. This location is one of the exceptions. Pizzeria Simulator, one of the exceptions as well. Some people thought that Charlotte died at Fredbear's, myself included. That's now debunked, so yeah, another exception. But then, Ultimate Custom Night comes around. We see Fredbear. Hole Pointed comes around. Glitch Trap is at least some imagery of that we never saw before. Security Breach. The posters. Especially the Fredbear Seeing Show 1. Hole Pointed 2. I don't remember if Hole Pointed 2 did anything new. I think it just reused the same process from Security Breach, so I'm not going to skip that. I'm going to skip that one. Make another exception. Secret of the Mimic. Everyone knows Secret of the Mimic at this point. Actually, no, Hole Pointed 2 did do something, because it put Golden Freddy's mural on the MCM front, so even the teaser of Secret of the Mimic... Nah, I don't count that. The teaser for the next thing. I don't know if I count that. Whatever. Almost every game in the series has done something with Fredbears, because Scott knows we want more Fredbears. He knows it. And he definitely knows at this point that we want a game set there. It's the one game from like the original 3 big things that fans have been wanting to see. It's the only one that still hasn't really happened. So I'm 100% certain it'll happen. But consider it like this series' end update. So the Minecraft end update, if I recall correctly, it's confirmed. I'm pretty sure I remember the Mojang saying that, or someone at Mojang saying, that we are not going to add a new dimension until all existing dimensions have been updated. They're now working on a spin-off that's working on the new dimension. So the new dimension can't be that far away. Which means the end update, well, one, we already knew they were going to add a new dimension, so the end update was already confirmed to happen eventually, we just didn't know when. But 2, might not actually be that long since it happens, because there's already work on the new one. So the end update will happen eventually, God knows when. But it's going to happen. They know they want it. They know they're going to do it. I see Fredbear's the same way. Scott knows people want it. He's constantly alluding to it. Every game is building up more and more and more. The way he builds up the most hype in the community is by giving crumbs of Fredbear's. Constantly reminding us, constantly keeping it on our minds. He knows. He's doing it intentionally. Now that being said, Fredbear's Family Diner might not have anything to do with the current story. Fredbear's Family Diner might be something that comes way later. It might be, oh, we're done with the series, let's end it off with a bang, here's our Fredbear's game. That's assuming Scott has any intention to ever end the main series, which I'm not confident in, to be fair. Honestly, I think he will, actually. I think he will, like, eventually end off the second story arc. Maybe do a third one or something, because people didn't like the Mimic stuff, so maybe he'll do a third one that brings it back to its roots a little bit. But after that, I could totally see Scott going, I'm satisfied. hand off to someone else, because Scott did say that when he's done with Five Nights at Freddy's, maybe I might be misremembering. I think on his retirement post, I'm pretty sure he did say something like, "Oh, when he's done with Five Nights at Freddy's, he's gonna hand off to someone else he trusts." I could totally see being the Fredbear's Family Diner game being the last main game Scott has a thing in. I think that's what it'll be. I don't think it'll be the end of the series as a whole, because I think it'll go on for freaking forever. Scott will give it to someone else, they'll give it to someone else, we'll just keep going. But I think it'll be the big last swing for Scott. That's what I think it'll be. That being said, that means I don't think it's anytime soon. Fall Fest. They're building up Fall Fest pretty much the same way as they're building up Fredbear's. It was originally a, hey, here's a location got minigames in. Alright, cool. That's pretty much what we got from Fredbear's and Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Hey, we're going to allude to some events here. Again, alluded to some stuff in Fredbear's as well, but not showing it. They're not fully showing Fall Fest. They're showing crumbs of Fall Fest. They're not having events at Fall Fest, but they're not fully showing it. And they're constantly reiterating it, constantly bringing it back into the forefront. In my opinion, Fall Fest is the Fredbear's of the Mimic arc. I think that the Mimic storyline will end with a Fall Fest game. I don't know if my theory on whether M1 will become the main villain is true, because I'd have made that theory, and I know it's going to be a weird, controversial one. But I do think that M1 will take over as the main villain from M2. If so, though, if M1 is the main villain, that is thematically perfect, because the Mimic arc really started, the creation of the Mimic really started because Fiona died at Fall Fest. So killing the Mimic, the original Mimic, the one mimicking Fiona, at Fall Fest would parallel the way the story started. In a grand finale, at a location we constantly want to see more of, that's been built up over the course of the entire, new story arc, ending off where it began, I think that's how what Fall Fest would be like. I definitely don't think it'll be a DLC. Fall Fest is an outdoor, big thing. It's a festival. You go between a lot of places. A big deal. That's not going to be delegated just DLC. Similarly, Fredbear's won't just be DLC. Fredbear's is such a big thing in their community, such a big deal. There's no way they're just going to make that, DLC of some random other thing. It's going to be its own game. If it happens, it'll be its own thing. Both of those. I do think both will happen. Now, if M1 isn't the main villain, I still think Fall Fest will still happen. I could totally still see it being for M2 if they're going to kill for M2 like that. By the way, I think Fall Fest being the end, because it was the beginning, and has been constantly hyped up throughout every release so far, it makes sense to me. I don't think these things are anytime soon. I don't think they should be anytime soon. I don't think they will be anytime soon. So that was my, I'd say 2 cents, but again, long tangents. That was my $2 on Fredbear's and Fall Fest. Okay, so Chow Channel says, dude, y'all think FNaF fans have weird-ass theories? Check out the Amazing Digital Circus. No. I've seen the Amazing Digital Circus fanbase. I haven't even finished watching it. I keep forgetting to go back to it, keep meaning to. The little crumbs I see from the fanbase make them look awful. I don't know if I'm only seeing the bad actors, but genuinely, from the small crumbs that I'm seeing, it's a runner-up from one of the worst fanbases I've ever seen. No way am I participating in that. Also, if we're talking about wild theories, Deltarune. I don't follow Deltarune. I have friends who follow Deltarune. I hear about Deltarune from my friends. There's some crack stuff going on in that community. Five Nights at Freddy's fans. Y'all aren't the top of it. I'm sorry. You really aren't. Your theories, most of them, even if I think they're quote dumb, I can see the logic in them most of the time. They come from somewhere. Most of the time. Or at the very least, if they don't come from somewhere, they're made for fun. What kind of crazy crap are the Deltarune fans pulling? Maybe I'm just not Deltarune-headed enough to know where it's being pulled from, it's not hitting the same way. I feel like they're pulling from some crazy stuff. Why was Woody from Toy Story a thing they were pulling from? There's a friend inside them, apparently. Okay, Molten Bastion. I am so sorry it took so long to get to this. I know you said this ages ago. Can you dress as Fredbear? I am broke. No, I cannot afford a Fredbear fursuit. But man, dressing up as a Five Freddy's character would be kind of cool. Alright, why does your PFP look like a vibing leaf? What? Oh. Okay, we're catching up. Bye, Angel Theory. I bet you said that ages ago. Combustion says, Mick Fredbear game teaser at post-credit scene assuming no. I'd rather eat diarrhea from a sick 40-year-old farmer with infections that learn Blender. Buddy. Yeah. Yeah. So the only reason why I keep going back to Blender is because of memory loss. When I have bad experiences, my memory blocks it out. So I go to Blender, and it's like, oh, this is horrible. I don't want to do this ever again. I then take a break from Blender for months. And then I go back and I was like, yeah, it wasn't that bad. I'll do it again. And then I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this to myself? What is this sweet hell? Granted, I think OBS made me suffer more today than Blender has made me suffer in a very long time. The trick is with Blender, I think, is to not go into, when you're first learning, don't try to make things. I think because that's kind of what I'm doing now. I think that's a big mistake. You're not going to be able to make what you're envisioning in your head. You never will. The goal when you're first starting out is just to play with the program. Get what you can do. See what all the stuff does. And that itself will take hours. That will take a very long time. Because Blender's a big program with a lot of features. But play around. Get to the point where you're like, oh yeah, I'm comfortable with like at least the base features. And then you go for like trying to actually make things. And of course every now and then, you know, test yourself, things like that. Make sure you can see if you can make something or not. Yeah, I think the trick is not to try to make what's in your mind right away. Because you can't. When I'm learning a game engine, how I approach game engines, like Godot, like this is how I learnt Godot, is I try and do stuff, and if I struggle with it, I look it up, and then I'll find the answers. With Blender, you will not be able to do that. You can't just look up and find the answers, because it's such a big program with so many ways to do one thing. And quite frankly, it's such an advanced program. Like, how can people can't just tell you how to make I don't know, what random object? A person. A person's mad complicated. You can't just ask someone going, "Go, how do I implement this?" With programming a game, someone's figured it out already. You just ask, hey, like most of the struggle isn't trying to do it. It's kind of knowing how. Once you get the knowledge from someone else, you can just do stuff when you're programming. Or maybe I'm just better at intuiting programming. I don't know. To be fair, it's more likely that I'm just better at intuiting programming. Because I have a history in languages. I'm good at adapting to, like, other languages. I don't know really other languages very well, but I can pick them up pretty easily, the basics of them. So I'm good at, like, picking up, like, programming languages. I learned Japanese for a while. And, apparently there was a point in time where I learned Spanish too, but that's long since gone. I don't know anything for Spanish now. My memory is terrible, but I have a history in being able to pick that up. So there's a good chance that I can just intuit that easier. Whereas Blender's nothing like what I've experienced elsewhere. And so maybe it's just harder for me to intuit. Because I have a friend who picked up Blender, and in like, I think at the time I only had like 100 hours in Blender or something, and he basically learned the program in 5 minutes faster than what I learned in 100 hours. So that's kind of the thing with learning. People say that talent isn't a thing. I somewhat disagree. When people say, "Oh, I don't have talent," yeah, sure. You need to build up that talent. However, intuitiveness is a thing. Some people can pick up talents faster than others. I pick up programming and languages faster than the grand majority of people. I know I do. That's something I can pick up easy. I picked up Godot on the spot. I literally made Lean Simulator Expression. I didn't even make a test game to play around with how it worked. I just opened the program and started making Lean Simulator. It just straight up happened. And to be fair, you'd be able to tell, because you look up the code and it's poorly put together. I even know that now because I've learned more since. But I could intuit that. I could intuit enough to get over the line. Some people can intuit Blender enough to get over the line quite quickly. Get over the line. Over the line just means to me like to do what you want to do with it. The bare minimum of what you want to do. So for me, get a game out. It doesn't need to be solid. Doesn't need to be amazing. As long as I can get a game out, I've got enough that I can work with this. I've almost hit that point in Blender, not quite. I've made a few usable models, but it's not consistent, so I haven't quite hit that point yet. But I'm close. Whereas people like my one of my friends who picked it up in like 5 minutes, like they just got there really quickly. Like as I said, what I considered to be that line, they got through in 5 minutes. But they're still not good. Like that's still not. You're not a talented just because you get that point quicker. Like if you go at it slowly and learn super slowly, if you're really passionate for it and you're willing to do that super slowly, you'll still get there. And that's kind of how you get that like slow development. That's like as I said, 271 hours of Blender, but I can tell I'm still getting there. It's excessively slow. But slow progress is still better than no progress. And there will be a point, eventually, where I've got something, where I'm getting to the point where people look at my models and will be like, damn, I can't even do that. I'm already close, I feel like. It just takes a long time sometimes. Again, some people, it's fast, some people it takes a long time. Anyway. I spent like 5 hours doing stuff randomly, gave some shots, yeah. 271 hours in Blender. Enough hours to go insane, never sleep normally. Yeah, bye, yeah, sorry for being late saying bye again. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna have a drink of water. And then I'm gonna have to talk about some of the things that I plan to talk about right at the start of the stream. New water bottle, by the way. My previous one, I went away for like a week. For Easter. I came back, was drinking from it. And after a little bit, after like a day from drinking from it, I looked at it and was like, there was mold in my water bottle. It was green. I drank from a fucking green, moldy water bottle for a whole day. Nasty. How the hell did I not get sick from that? Oh. Oh. Whereas Geek says, I learned Maya in college. I want to try Blender. Yeah, Blender, from what I understand, is just the standard. Because Blender, as I said, it's free and advanced. So it has all the features you could ever want. And anyone can use it. So everyone just does. Problem is, it's a lot. It's a lot to learn. So, I guess that's a trade-off. Is Maya cost money? One thing I did want to try is see if if I could learn other 3D modeling programs quicker. But I think I tried at one point something else, and all I realized was, oh, I feel like I'm back at square one. I don't know if I can do that. I'd rather just grind Blender at this point. I'm past the point of no return now. 271 hours. That's past the point of no return. So, Secret of the Mimic. Oh. I think a lot of the things that I was planning to say today, I'll now save till tomorrow. Because this is so deep into a stream No one's gonna be seeing what I'm saying here. But to be fair, a lot of things I wanted to cover had already been kind of covered. Like, I wanted to talk about, the idea of whether there'd be something in the VR mode. Already covered that. That was, like, one of my main talking points. That was covered earlier. Another thing I kind of want to talk about was, like, my opinion on the game. I guess I kind of covered that earlier, too. You know, for more on that, I could just do that about that tomorrow. What's the time? Day. I'm gonna have lunch. You could stop. Nah. We're playing Lean Sim, baby! Where's Lean Sim? Can't go a Toasted Perfection stream without one run from the goated game itself. The rule now. Dave Miller. He's not here because he usually comes in the night streams. This is the morning stream for me. He kind of just... Every time I do a stream and he comes in, every time I try to end it off, he's like, you gotta play Lean Sim. Gotta play Lean Sim, buddy. And it's like, do I gotta? Now I've done it enough times where it's gonna become a tradition. Every Toasted stream ends with Lean. Woo, baby! Lean Sim! Go! This game's so quiet. There's actually a reason as to why the game's quiet. It used to go louder, but there's some reason, there's some audio in the game that just doesn't fare well with loud noises. I don't know why. There's some broken audio stuff in this game that prevented me from making it louder. But, congrats, Hi, Dill Pickle. How you doing? Now dance for us? You know what? Alright, bet. No, bet. What sweet tunes we're bringing up? I know exactly what sweet tunes we should bring up. Alright guys, we're getting the jams going. I'm gonna crank up desktop audio. Just so you have a higher chance of hearing it. That's still quiet. But it's better than it was beforehand. God, I'm on 30. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna deactivate lean monsters, okay? Okay, hear me out. And we're gonna go into other. This is basically custom games, lean similar desperation's equivalent of custom night. Lets you customize all the if you've beaten the game, customize all the variables. And we're gonna crank up lean monster gaming. We're just gonna crank that up. Low level because that means it doesn't move on very quick. Oh, I've got the Lino Lantern active. Okay, so activate the game. Because I deactivated the lean monsters and basically disabled the main game. Honestly, I'm gonna turn this up just a little bit louder. Just because I feel like you guys need to really hear this. You need to appreciate what I'm about to do. You're gonna see my sick dance moves, for real. Desktop. Can I make desktop audio louder? I can. Great. Gain. 10's probably more than enough, right? Oh yeah, that's enough. Now only my volume is bad. I'm turning up my volume for me. Oh, Lean Sim. There we go. You guys, I'm taking this very seriously, Dill Pickle. Now we wait. Worth it, I promise. If you've played Lean Sim, you know exactly what song I'm gonna dance to. Oh yeah, baby! No! Okay, there you go. There's your little dance. And your lean sim quota. You're not getting Craig gameplays after that. I recognize I was off screen for the start of that. Not doing it again. Savor that. Savor whatever the fuck it is I just did. We lean jamming though. How do I fix this now? Delete. 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 This back down. Good. Good. Good indeed. This is what y'all making me do on the preliminary stream. What are y'all gonna tell me to do on the Secret of the Mimic VR stream? Oh, I'm so excited. I really hope I can stream it. I really hope my laptop, well, not my laptop, it's a full computer now. I really hope my computer is powerful enough. I really hope it's powerful enough to stream Secret of the Mimic in VR. Because man, it'll be so fun. I know it will be. Playing Sumic VR mode while sleep deprived with chat getting on my case. And you know what? I want to play Hop 2 after this. I don't feel like ending show. I feel like playing Hop 2. Are we chill with some Hop 2? I love Hop 2. One of my favorite games in the series. Definitely my favorite mainline game. You hear that? Oh, sirens. Okay, so... Secret of Mimic. That will be tomorrow. Tomorrow. Unless VR mode's out. Hang on, I better check my notifications. Good. No one's yelling at me saying it's out, so I assume it's not out. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow. Question is, do I take a lunch break first? Who eats these days? Certainly not me. Have you seen how thin I am? I'm not eating anytime soon. And the scary thing is, this t-shirt makes me look bigger than I actually am. Actual twig maneuver. Alright. So, first things first. Ah! I knocked shit over. That's first thing. Cable. We need cable. This end of the cable. Can go into one of these holes in the back of my computer. I keep saying laptop instinct. I used to have a laptop. I have an actual computer now. Better yet, this computer that I've got right now is literally for VR development. My dad works in IT, so he just happened to was allowed to just have a bunch of computers from a company that worked in VR development. Just got some. So we got a bunch of computers literally made for developing VR games. So I assume it can run Secret of the Mimic in VR mode. I hope so. And I checked the specs on Steam, and my system specs are close to recommended. They're not all the way there, but if we assume that Steel's got good enough computers to run their own games, then I assume that their computers would be slightly more powerful than what's needed. So I hope it's only slightly weaker. So I hope that it's still good enough, but it's enough to make me concerned. Alright, we've got the cable plugged in. Next thing. These things drain power on idle. So I have to take the batteries out and put new ones in every time. So, next step. This is I got a first aid pouch that contains batteries. Double A's! Not sponsored. I would never be sponsored. That would imply I get money for this. I do all of my videos for love of the game. It takes 1,000 subscribers for me to get monetized. properly anyway. People can donate money to me, but I can't get ad revenue or anything. Other controller. Battery. Ooh. What the fuck have I done with this battery? It's a little broken. I don't know. I think it's going to be too small to pick up on stream. But it's a little dented. That'd be my nails. It's my nails from trying to get the batteries out of this thing. One day I'll scratch up the battery and it'll explode. Alright. Oculus Quest 2. Cable. And yes, I run cable. My internet, I don't know how to do the Airlink thing, but it sucks. It's really laggy and unbearable. So, have you ever tried Lean? No, but the original... See, if you don't know, Lean Simulator Desperation is actually a continuation from my friend's games, and the friend who made the original Lean Simulator has tried Lean. Unfortunately, I am not the expert. I am the, I'm the crappy guy that took over after the old one. And completely changed the formula. Alright, it's plugged in. Next step, what battery am I at? Am I dead? Oh yeah. Next step, make sure this cable isn't gonna just shit itself the second I move anywhere. Alright. 92% should be enough. Great. Hope it lasts for tomorrow as well. Secret of the Mimic is thankfully a short game. So, oh yeah, wait, if I'm gonna be standing up, yo, this is gonna be the first time I ever play VR. Yeah, with the face cam on. What the fuck? It's so weird. I never. Because usually in VR I can just emote with my hands, but like I'm not gonna be bothered turning that off. I want for this. When I actually play Secret Mimic in VR mode, I'll most like, oh, well, I'm gonna go all the way back here. That's too far away. Whatever. Good enough. Turning us on. Alright, it's powering on. Next thing we're gonna do is run the actual... Oh yeah, did this save? Great. Yo, yeah, I've got some Dorko video to watch. I saw about this on like Twitter. Yeah, guys, I'm actually a consumer as well. I watch videos. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so close anything that doesn't need to be open because VR needs resources. Hello, Bono 1039. I am going to open Horizon Link because that's how I actually make these things connect. All right. Hey, not bad. Dad and I actually both like half paid for this, by the way. I put in money for this. Dad didn't have enough VR games he wanted to play to be worth buying a VR headset, but I actually had more that I wanted to play, so I put money toward it. Also, I'm gonna try something new today. So first, okay, that's still okay. Enable. Ah, shit! I misclicked. I'm gonna enable Quest Link when this is actually finished. Or yeah, there we go. Enable Quest Link. And with this, I should also be able to change all my sound settings so that you guys aren't listening to me from across the room. I'm now using my VR mic. Because the headset comes with a mic of its own. Isn't that funky? Also, while I'm here, I've got to change the output device as well, because otherwise it will come from my speakers. Okay. It's opening. I never learned how to get chat open in-game. So guys, I want you guys to do me a big... I want y'all to do me a big favor and learn how to do that. So we can have chat open while I play Secret Mimic VR mode, because I don't want to keep taking my headset off to read chat on my phone. It'd be way cooler if I could just do it right away. Can you see what's going on screen right now? It appears not. You cannot see
the white. It's not appearing on my desktop, so you can't see it. Okay. You'd only see it the game. Okay. So if I add a desktop panel... Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my desktop real quick. And I'm going to open chat. I usually don't have it here, I usually have it on my phone. Where is chat? Chat. Not allowed to access, but... Well, I shouldn't need it from Streamlabs, I should just be able to do it from YouTube. Right. Boo! Super hot for Super VR mode tomorrow. Same, that's why we're here. That's why we are here. So chat's popped out. Is this a separate window I can pin separately? So if I like add a desktop panel, nah. So the goal is to try and make this visible on, for me. I don't know how to do that, like while in game. What's this button do? Oh, I can start Q&As on YouTube? I thought that was only a Twitch thing. That's sick. Huh. Alright. Guys, I can't figure it out on my own. Gonna need some help. How do I make this appear during a game? Ooh, ew, 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 get that away from there. Ew. Big. Big. No, no, on its own. Actually, it's all one window, I don't think you can. I'm pretty sure there is a way to make it a separate window, though. I've done that much before. I just gotta remember how to do that part. And then once it's a separate window, I've gotta figure out how to make it appear as an overlay. Is there... I don't know how to put chat in game, don't own VR. I don't like watching YouTube tutorials during a stream. You know, fine. Oh god. Oh, this is gonna be weird. While I'm doing this in what am I doing? By the way, this is back. I don't know if you knew about this, but content restored. The developer pulled it at one point. He took it down. It's back now. Not only is it back, it just got updated. That's cool. Alright. As a FNaF fan, are you also interested? No, not really. I like Bendy, but, like, I don't care about the genre as a whole. Sorry, guys. Okay, tutorial time. Oh, can we get the on-screen keyboard? Oh, shit. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not working with on-screen. Ignore my, YouTube search history. Okay, so we're going for how to get... I've tried looking up text guides before, but I couldn't figure it out. How to get a YouTube chat overlay in VR, actually. OBS. I should probably specify through Questlink. I'm not doing it directly through. Alright, don't copyright strike me, dude.
Hey guys.
In fact, I know exactly how to make this not copyright strike me. Oh. Actually, no, I can stay open. I can just be on the side. Okay. Alright. Muting in case this dude kills me for watching his video. Alright, we're on break for a minute because my VR decided it needed an update. Good thing it's doing this now, not tomorrow. Therefore, while this is updating, I'm going to re-remove my batteries so that these things don't just continuously drain. We're so close to trying to figure out how to get this damn thing going. Okay, we can watch YouTube in the meantime. Wait, is it? Ah, it's still going in the heads. If not, whatever, we can take a break from this for a second. Is that literally all it needed? No shot. That it? Bro, updates usually take like 10 years. Okay, get back in there then. My goodness gracious. This update took 10 seconds. Even. Like a Steam update. Alright. Question is, break everything. Updates are scary because they can just break stuff. I'm not seeing anything. I think there's still an update going on in the background. I don't think it's actually. Pretending there's not an update going. Totally still going. There's nothing. It's just pass through. I can see my real life room in my hands, and I've got like fake hands over my real hands. There's no real visual here. Yeah, I just turn off the screen, turn it back on. Yeah, no, I'm still in the void. Do we let this just like this? Do we not? Or... Oh, I think I restart. It's not telling me anything's happening. So if something bad happens, it's my own fault. Power option. Oh. You can do that much. Now, do we know the release time for the VR port? 7 a.m. what time? What time zone? Because I don't know what time zone that is. I asked that earlier. Because 7 a.m. doesn't matter if I don't know where in the world it's 7 a.m. Like, that could be like 7 p.m. for me. Or it could be like 8 a.m. for me. It could be literally anything. Okay, I'm gonna keep watching this dude.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, what's the first thing he does? Stream elements. Okay, I've got that. Hang on. Oh, is this just a promotion? Oh yeah, dude. Let me know the stuff. Remember when YouTubers had intros? Out of curiosity, is that like coming through my mic or anything? Well,
I got Twitch. Hang on, my VR came back. Give me a second. Oh man, things changed. Oh, it's entirely different. I can just do the usual one that I use. I have to. God, they've changed all the UI. Navigating is completely different now. Why do companies do this? Cool to change everything. God, dude. Leaving. I don't even know how to navigate this new. Why? I'll suck. When Discord does this crap too. Completely changes the UI for no reason. You're benefiting nobody. It's annoying people. I promise you, coming in, you're learning a UI for the first time. Oh, yeah. Alright, finally. Our prediction, the VR port will have new content, secrets. Yeah, I think it'll be something small. I don't think it'll be a big teaser thing. I don't think it'll be like a full new ending or anything like that. I definitely do, because even Secret Mimic just alone already kind of just had an update that added a new thing. So I definitely think that there'll be something. I'm not expecting there to be like a big swing I'm seeing other people bring. Right. Let me. Hey. Sound settings so I can get my audio back. Output device, input device 2. Oh, that's in OBS. Oh,
Nope, there we go.
That's...
But is it okay? Now it's OBS didn't seem to pick it up the first time. Okay. Was I being too loud in VR? That looks like I'm peaking quite a lot. Oh, that's fine. I don't care about that. Just don't need to be loud. That's good to know. Okay, so what I'm looking for now is we're doing YouTube. Honestly, let's let you guys can watch. I'll stop being a dick. It's -10, so I forgot what I set it to. Okay, guys, let's see what this guy's got to say.
Your activity feed through. For me, that's stream elements. So here you can see, like, here's my latest followers. Here's my latest
I got that up here.
raid. Shout out to Darth Wolf Gaming. But you're going to want to have both of those open. On your Twitch page, or again, this works with YouTube, doesn't matter where.
Yep.
You're going to want to get to your chat box. So on Twitch, you click.
Yeah, okay, so do I have a thing for that open it and then say. See, most websites are smart enough to open a new tab. YouTube is not. Good to know.
So for me, it's twitch.tv/OMG, it's Derek TV. And you're going to want to click it. Here's my latest raid. Shout out to Darth Wolf Gaming. But you're going to want to have both of those open. On your Twitch page, or again, this works with YouTube, doesn't matter where, you're going to want to get to your chat box. So on Twitch, you click chat here. On YouTube, it should pop up on one of your videos. You can click it. But what you're going to want to do is bring it up, and you're going to want to pop out your chat. So on Twitch, you do this by clicking the gear icon. Again, it's a little bit different on YouTube, Facebook, any other platform. Essentially, it's the same, and I'm sure you can figure it out. I just want to show you guys the basics of how to actually do it, or else this video will be way too long. But nonetheless, once you're on whatever platform you're streaming on,
Okay, let's find my chat. I was thinking with OBS before. I didn't know if YouTube could actually have that as a built-in thing. I assume Live Control Room will have that, right? The Live Control Room? Is there anything... this is not the Live Control Room. This is the video details page. Live Control Room. So from here, there should be a pop-out chat button. Good, muted, you're smart. How... Pop-out chat. Aha! Okay, okay. Step 1 done.
Your chat box, you want to find the option to pop it out. So here on Twitch, click the gear icon,
Yep.
pop out chat, and get your chat popped out in another tab. Once we have that, we can close out the Twitch website, and then same thing in like Stream Elements or Stream Labs. When you go in here, so like Stream Elements, for example, because that's what I use, go to Activity Feed, and again, this is the same in Streamlabs or any other platform. There's going to be a pop-out tab. You're going to click that, and boom, you're going to get a pop-out of the Activity Feed. It's literally the exact same thing, just in a pop-out form. So you want to have both of these up on your desktop before
I'm not going to open it because I'm pretty sure Streamlabs does have personal stuff just on the front page, so I'll do that a little bit later, as long as I can confirm chat works.
Up in VR if you want, but it's easier just to get them in here. And here's the important thing. You don't want to minimize them down into your toolbar. They must stay on your desktop. They can be in the background, like other programs like Oculus, for example. They can be in front of them, you know, or Steam or whatever. That doesn't matter. All that matters is that they are not minimized to the taskbar, okay? And then once you have that done, you're ready to go. And of course, you got to have everything else that you have open for VR, whether that's Oculus, Steam VR, you know, whatever you're using. But after you have those up, those are what we need in order to bring them inside of our VR environment. So once we have those, what we need to do now is jump into the VR headset, which I'm going to do now. I'll meet you guys in there, and then I'll show you guys how we set it up inside of the VR environments, both Oculus VR environment and Steam VR environment. All right, let's jump into the headset. All right, guys, so here we are in my home in the Oculus VR environment.
Oh yeah, you can customize that? Didn't know.
Game yet, but after we get everything set up, I'll load up a game and show you guys. But basically, I'm standing here in my home. We're going to do Oculus first, and then I will show you guys how to do this in Steam. There's actually two different methods for Steam. The first way is going to be the exact same way that we're doing it here in the Oculus environment, but I do want to show you a second way using a separate piece of software that's available on the Steam store that allows you to do some pretty cool things as well. So we're in our Oculus home, we're in our Oculus VR environment. So whether that's, you know, our Oculus home or an Oculus game, whatever the case may be, this is how we bring our chat into the Oculus environment. So the first thing you're going to want to do is actually on your right controller, you're going to want to actually press the Oculus button, which brings up your Oculus menu like this. Here you can see my desktop. Boom, you can see Oculus Mirror, which is what I use to capture what I'm seeing in the headset, as well as here in the back.
Oh yeah, I think that's what I've got right now.
We got the chat that's still up and the activity feed from Stream Elements. So what we're going to want to do is down here on this bar, if we scroll,
the plus cell, I've seen that.
Plus icon, which allows us to add desktop panel. When we click that, we're going to have choose a desktop window to show in VR. It's really this simple. So right here, I use Brave browser. You might use Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, God forbid, but if you do, you can see here, I have multiple windows open, so there's a drop-down arrow. When I click that, you can now see that I have, boom, Stream Elements Activity Feed and Twitch. So I click on one of these, so we'll load in the Twitch chat first. Boom, there's my Twitch chat. So now, if I, not the back trigger, but the side trigger, if I click that on my controller and hold it, I now have the window here that I can now put anywhere that I want it. And I can...
Okay, I'm going to play with that for a second. Let's get back to the main thing. So I can move this... Oh, I can. Oh, that's sick. Okay. So I can put you over there and make that... Alright, I don't know what you can see. I'm pretty sure you need to pin it, right? I vaguely remember that. Alright, okay, take me back to the desktop. Oh yeah, okay. This is the furthest I've gotten. You can't see it, but I can. It's to the right now outside of the screen.
Adjust it by rotating my wrist. I can push up on my analog stick to send it, back into the, as far as I want, back into somewhere else. Down brings it back towards me, whatever.
Okay, he says, what time will VR mode be released? You can write to the chat, otherwise I don't speak English. Oh. I got you. On-screen keyboard, let's freaking go. Let's go, buddy. Come on. On-screen keyboard, come on. I'm relying on you. Goddamn. Can someone write question mark or 7 AM in chat?
I can, tilt up, down, bring it wherever. So you can basically put this wherever you want, and once you have it kind of where you want it. Personally, I like to put mine kind of up in the air like this, because then, it's kind of, no matter where I'm looking, it's kind of out of the way. Doesn't really impact the VR experience too much. You do sometimes catch a corner of it or something up here, but nonetheless, you can then look up and see it. Now, one important thing to do is once you have it where you want it, you want to click this pin to experience. If you don't, when you leave out of your menu, it's not there. So we go back into here. There it is. We click this pin to experience. Now when we go
on-screen keyboard,
boom, it's still there. I can still move it and everything, but it stays pinned, which is cool. So now we do the exact same thing. Add desktop panel, Brave browser, activity feed. Boom.
Okay.
With our,
So will that stay even if I open up a game?
Right here, the side trigger. We can maybe put this right up.
Okay, he seems to think it does. Alright.
Our chat.
I'll wait, I'll watch.
Close out of here. There we go. And boom, there they are. So we now have them both pinned to the experience. We can look up, see our chat, as well as our activity feed. Now again, this works whether you're using Twitch, whether you're using YouTube, Facebook, Restream, which is what I personally use. All of these have an option to pop out the chat, and then you can bring it in just by having it up on your desktop. Like I said, must stay on the desktop. If you minimize it, it disappears. So must stay up here. And then look, because I did that, I now have to completely re-add it. So just something to keep in mind. So let me re-add it real quick here. Boom. There it is. Pin it. So now if we go to a game, just to show you. Okay, and so here we are loaded up inside of an Oculus game, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
Okay, he doesn't do anything weird when he opens it, so I think he just opens the game. Now, okay, so now I am going to just boot up a game. I think I can minimize that. Nothing bad happens when I minimize that, right? I don't trust it. It can stay up. It can stay up. But I'll whole pointed 2, and I want to see if it gets it working. If I can keep this. Damn, we got at least one believer in that. That's nice to see. Oh my god! Okay, still here, at least on the black screen. That's at least better than before. Holy shit. Yeah, so if when I look to the right, it's there. You guys can't see the look at chat. You can see chat. Yo, that's so sick. Okay, can I pin it to my hand? I've seen some YouTubers pin it to the hand. That one might require software. To the hand, specifically. We'll see what we can do, Right now, this is already huge. Now I just gotta look to the right. This will be a problem when I have to look fully around me, though. Like in like a chase sequence or something. So, this honestly... Yeah, it'd have to be like put up or something as the dudes. Put it like somewhere really out of the way. It'd never look. Oh god, I stretched it. Oh god, what am I doing? It'll be on Steam VR, yeah. Okay. Can I... When I press other buttons... Shit, I just closed it, I think. Crap, what have I done? Okay, it's still here, still here, still here. What if I grabbed it with my other hand? Is there any way to, like... Oh, I gotta put it right in front of me. Jesus Christ. You guys can't even see how close this is. I gotta make you really far away, too. That's cursed. Above me is definitely the least intrusive. I don't know if I can pin it to my hand without software. Because I think that would require, I don't know, like, grabbing it or something. Because yeah, the back trigger for, like, was usually the grab button doesn't do anything here. But I can rotate it, I can put it further back. I can... Oh god, I don't even know how rotating works. It seems to be rotating when I'm doing other stuff too. Yeah, it's definitely on Steam. Yeah, the VR mode is definitely releasing on Steam. I wouldn't be so worried about figuring out how to play it on Steam if it wasn't. The stream is for, like, preparation for that. Okay, where is forward? Here. Okay, great. Of course it is. It's in front of my computer terminal. So, yeah, I think if I can't move it properly, then I'm gonna have to put you either down or up. Let's take it up. The chat ceiling. It's so funny. Alright, let's make it a little less painfully up. There we go, that's better. As long as I'm properly centered, yep, reset view. Oh. Chat vanished when I did that. Ah, shucks. Yo, that's so sick! Believers win. Let's play some Help Wanted 2! I've of course already 100%'d the game, but now I've got chat! Oh, I'm so happy that works. And when I do alerts, it'll be right in front of me. I think it'd be mad funny if the alert just blocked my vision. So if people like donate me money, they can blind me.
Medical attention begins in 3, 2.
This is one of my favorite levels. I love first aid.
Patient is suffering from roughhousing trauma. Great news! Due to today's successful salvage, people.
I don't think you're supposed to do that yet. Do I need the blue thing? Yeah, I need the blue thing. My mistake. Bye bye. I should keep this in hand too. Because I've got ads can hit. Okay, we're safe. We can see on your screen. Wait, for real? Oh wait, that's actually wildly distracting. You guys don't mind if I like... I'm gonna move that to the side. I'm gonna move that to the side. But like, not mid-game. I want to find a good spot for chat for you as well. Because that's really... Now I just looked at my monitor and saw where it was. That's horrific. That is a horrific placement for you guys. And what else do we need to do? We need to hack your leg off. Nice, nice. We enjoy some leg hacking. Put the remote down for a sec. Great. Not great. Okay, okay. Oh shit. Go away, baby. I'm really bad at this one. Got it. Got it though, got it though. Sorry, Helpy. Had to hack your leg off, you know how it is. And now the only thing wrong with you is the other leg, which just requires this. Great. Oh, that's where is the thing? There's a thing you pat it down with. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? There's a normal Help 102 gameplay, by the way. I would never ever ever mod a game. I swear it was like a grey thing that you scratch that down with or something. I could have oh wait, no, you wash it, I think. Band-aid? Yeah, there we go. My mistake. Take a lollipop.
Now, give the patient a candy. This candy is legally binding. Next scenario. The patient is suffering from entertainment-related trauma.
Okay. I am moving that chat for you guys. That's horrible. So sorry. That can be... Well, I'm on the bottom left, so yeah, that can be there. Yeah, sure. Is that better? Now you're only missing the left side. You guys don't care about the left side of the screen, right? No one would ever care about the left side. I'm gonna proceed to grab everything on the left side just to spite. Oh, hacksaw? Got it, got it. Oh, you guys have no evidence of me doing literally anything. Okay, I might- oh! My hacksaw! Okay. Oh! What is it doing? Okay. God! There we go. Got it. Beep 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 beep. Right, that. We need to fix that arm, which I think is just this. Yeah. And, oh, temperature. Okay. Temperature. How do I fix that? Wait, isn't it just the cold pellets things? What is this? Oh god, my vision's not good enough to read! Rabid animal bite solution. Nope. Liquid peppermint. Writing ink. And oil. I don't remember how to deal with temperature. Alright, I might need help. What do you need? Yellow. Oh, the big one. Malaria? Oh, damn, I didn't know you had malaria. I completely misunderstood what this was.
The operation was a success. Yay! Now, give the patient a candy. This candy is legally binding.
Alright. NDA mint. You can't disclose that I've been beating you, alright?
Next scenario. The patient is suffering from a slide injury.
Got it. Man, you need a lot of legs hacked off, buddy. Good for you, good for me. This is one I need to practice with. Alright. We'll get there, we'll get there, we'll get there. That's such a cool visual. I love the center one. Ugh. God, I keep grabbing the wrong thing. Got it. Alright. Oh, I really need to see. Alright, maybe you do. Maybe you do. Peg leg? Badass, not gonna lie. Longs? Oh, who needs those? Don't worry, I can get rid of them for you. Holy shit, that's actually how you do it. Not gonna lie, I just beat him with a hammer because I thought it'd be funny. I didn't realize it's actually how you get access to his lungs. Either one? Oh, that doesn't hurt? Oh, only one need to be replaced?
The operation was
Sweet.
a success.
Alright, no abuse this time.
Now, give the patient a
Licorice.
candy.
I like licorice. I have licorice just over, somewhere over there. One of my favorites.
Adequate work.
Thank you.
You have received your FASBEAR First Aid certification. You are now qualified to administer medical support in all FASBEAR Entertainment franchises.
You have to give him a little bit of care after. He can't just be abusive. Yo, the goat! The goat! The absolute though. Chat, is everything working okay? You're seeing the game, you're seeing me, you're seeing chat, just getting audio from both me and the game. Is everything working okay? Because I can check on my phone and see, yeah, it is actually. It's a little annoyingly aligned. You know what? I can fix that too. I can align it better. It'll wait a minute to get it to align properly. But once I get there, it'll look a lot better. I just kind of took a guess at where it was. It's kind of hard. It's in a different overlay. Like, most stuff's in OBS, but the chat position's in VR, so I can't actually line it up with my face cam without just guessing. So I hope that's close. Alright, it's loaded on my phone, it's close. I'm gonna drop it just a little bit more. I want it to be right for tomorrow. I hope the setting's saved for tomorrow as well. I hope I don't have to piss around with it every time. Seems good? Great. You know the best part is, I can just look up to read that. What the fuck are these balloons made from? What the hell, dude? Edwin very clearly made these balloons. Yo, the Mr. Hippo poster! Yo, Mr. Hippo! The goat! She's the goat! Actually, she's the hippo. Alright, I've messed around enough. Close enough. Close enough. One more tweak, just 'cause I'm picky. But it's honestly... chat is pretty much close enough that I don't really care at this point. I should probably get the cursor off chat. Oh yeah, I'm watching it change now. On my phone. Oh, that's perfect! Yo. Okay, that's so close, it's so close. I'll make one little adjustment. I think I moved it over slightly more to the right. Alright, as long as it doesn't change, that should be perfect. Yo. Yeah, okay, I'm getting to it. Just watching it on my phone just to see how it looks. Close enough. It can't be perfect because I can't literally align it, but that's okay. Alright. Chat. What minigame do I play? I'll let you pick the next one. Yeah, pick which minigames I should play, then I'll have lunch. But because I want to have lunch, just for thematic purposes, I'm gonna go on the Fazbear Theatre. I am having slight stutters. Oh, you're not.
Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Fazbear Theater. The next show will begin in 5 minutes.
Okay. This one requires a lot of being active. Okay. Oh, this is a shit spot for this minigame. Oh god. Chat, no, not there for this one. You're covering the screen. Oh. Yeah, let's put you to the side. Yeah, look up there. I need to see that. That's where you were. Butter for one, disappointment. That's my chips, baby. Roxy's rockin' nachos. Got good taste, Roxy. Hot dog. Hell yeah. Here's Shattered Chica. Oh, you look so good in VR. Yeah, you do. Alright, DJ Music Man Blendy. Bap. Bap. Disappointment. I need to get comfortable moving more in VR too. To be honest, I'm still a little bit tired. So, I don't know how long I'll play this for, but I want to play a little bit, thought it'd be fun. Fun way to end this off. At the very least. Meat bites, oh hell yeah. Roxy's rockin' nachos with butter. That's butter, right? Yeah. Here you go, Shattered Chica. Pat, 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 pat. Ah! Boo! You staticked it out. You don't let me pat Chica. What the hell, man? No fun allowed. Literally 1984. Literally 1984. Okay. I was really good at this the first time I played it. I didn't even know they could get close enough to the point where they're visible. When I first played it, I thought you had to use the camera to even see where they were. Now I know it's actually really easy, and the second you can see them, you can just send them away. But it was really cool in the first time, I didn't know that. Sorry. This is in the, Superstar Daycare. That's the Fazbear Theater, right? Daycare area? Blendy. Raw. Disappointment. Why is disappointment associated with DJ Music Man? Oh yeah, nailed that. Nacho cheese. DJ Music Man's like the coolest character, man. Hot dog. It's why he keeps coming back now. Music Man was nothing character in Pizza Sim, but like, the second you gave him the sick boss music in Security Breach, for the DJ version, suddenly like, peak character at that point. And now he's cemented as one of the most iconic characters in the series. So now you get Big Top as well, who's very clearly Music Man's predecessor. Alright, meat bites. Exotic beverage. I assume I grabbed an exotic beverage. That was not an exotic beverage. My mistake. Okay. Blendy, beverage, disappointment chips, butter for one, lemon chica bar. Ah, pretzel. That's the regular pretzel, I think. Butter. And, yeah. Because the meat pretzel looks like a sausage. I like how they just vanish. They don't have an animation for, like, leaving or shrinking down, like, going into the darkness and then disappearing. It's just, yeah, no, they vanish. Rush complete. W game. Next round? No, that was the last round. Sick. I love Hope on it too. Alright, chat. Love the in-world food products, so creative. Yeah, I love... this game's just a joy in so many ways. I love the... First off, it's fun. It's one of the most fun games to actually play. Like, it's second off. The Pizzaplex and sister Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex and Circus Series Entertainment and Rentals are like my favourite locations in the series. So having a game with those settings is really cool to see. Plus, you know, the hard mode has the ruined stuff, which is like the scarier half. So it's got all that. It's the only thing it doesn't really have is strong lore, because the lore in this game is just building up a background character who doesn't matter, and then the ending cutscene's just ruin. So it doesn't really have a lot of story significance. It's probably the only thing I could say negative about it. But as an actual game, blast. Everything I love about it. And yeah, like the in-world food and products. It's in Security Breach too, but this one added even more. Like the DJ Music Man Technicolor was not a thing in Security Breach. That's new for this game. So that's really nice to see as well. Loving the stream, man. Thank you so much, Frodo the follow. Sorry I don't look at chat as much as I probably should. No, but yeah. No one gave me any recommendations for levels to play though. I'll play a few more. Oh, should I play the one that made me shit myself? Remember when I did the recent playthrough of Hope Wanted 2? Anyone who's seen that? I panicked so much playing this. Let's get our revenge. Let's get our revenge. Let's not scream at sister location. Wow! Alright. Useless to me. Useless to me. Useless to me. Did none of them pair up with this one?
Everything is okay. It's bedtime. Calm down and go back to sleep.
Okay, I'm gonna do the 2 first. I'm pretty sure he speeds up the more you do. He hasn't moved. Okay, he just moved now. Knockout 3.
Nope, no one is here. It's bedtime. You must be hearing things, silly.
Ah, he's.
It's bedtime. Let's go back to our stage.
Oh, so he's back there.
No one is here.
Haven't played much Hope Wanted 2, couldn't ask. Valid, valid. Oh, okay, so we've done that combination. Dude! Nah.
It's bedtime. Let's go back to our stage. You must be hearing things, silly.
He didn't go back.
Calm down and go back to sleep. No one is here.
He's not down there, he's over here somewhere.
Calm down. I think it was just a mouse. Calm
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Everything is okay. Everything is okay. Let's go back to sleep.
I love how Bonbon's attached to this. Oh shit, I dropped it.
Go back to your stage.
I'm sure if I...
It's bedtime. Oh, calm
Go
down.
away.
You must be hearing things, silly.
Bro thinks he's chat. Alright, he's not going back. Let's just accept it. Accept it and go back. What if I didn't? What if I didn't?
Calm down. Go back to sleep. No one is here.
Oh, all the way back. You're a treat. Let's go. I've done all the individual ones. Let's do another one. No.
Everything is okay.
No.
It's bedtime. Let's go back to our stage.
Let's go for it. Nice.
Great job.
Haha.
Please complete your tasks for the night.
Yo, didn't scare me this time. If I choose a level, it'll probably be Whack-A-Mole, since that's the one I felt was more of a challenge to play that way on my full flat screen. Oh yeah, Bonbon's super fun. Oh man, that doesn't say much though, because this entire game is super fun. We got Paper Freddy. Not gonna lie, I am having slight jitters every now and then. Does not give me confidence for frame rate for Secret of the Mimic, because that game's gonna be way worse frame rate wise. Alright. Let's do some Pokemon. Let's do bonus round. Let's do bonus round. Oh haha, that's right. I like how, in the demo, this place was themed around security breach, now it's themed around sister location. Bap. Bap. Bap, bap. Bap. It's interesting how they re-themed the entire area. Bap. 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 Smack, smack. Smack. Smack, smack. Smack, smack. Oh, I should have hit Helpy. I'm sorry. This entire game really is Helpy Abuse Simulator. Not sure if I'll be able to play Sigma VR since they haven't announced it being on Quest. Oh yeah, they haven't announced it being on Quest, you're right. And yeah, I wouldn't trust it on a laptop either. My laptop doesn't run anything in VR. I still played VR, but it sucked. Isn't it so good reading chat in-game? Ah, so good. Okay, survival is more important in this one. Okay, let's go. Go. Bap. Bap. Bap, bap, bap. Don't think I forgot about you. Oh, don't forget about me. Let's go. Ooh. I'm fully expecting Secret of the Mimic to not run very well, not gonna lie. But as long as it's still playable and still enjoyable, I won't mind. Because you don't need perfect frame rate to be, like, enjoyable still. Like, this game I enjoyed playing on my laptop, and my laptop absolutely did not run this. It'd probably be annoying for viewers, though. Let's go. Oh, shit. Yeah, don't hit tilt. Bap, bap. Oh shit, there's two of them. I missed that. Ah, okay. Got this. Hell yeah. Hi, Dave Miller. Talked about earlier because we played Lean Sim for I booted up Lean Sim very briefly. It was in your honor. Hopefully I'll optimize it after all the criticism of optimization. Optimization is mad difficult. What if I don't hit you? No, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Be as annoying as you want, I'm not doing it. Kill me, I don't care. I genuinely don't know what happens if you don't hit him. Do we just avoid the tilt? Yeah, optimization's mad difficult, so I don't blame him for not optimizing it more. You just skipped the entire bonus round part of the bonus round. What the hell? Phase Force poster, goated. I love that that the Help 102 flat mode was announced in like the style of Phase Force. That was so cool. Also, I'm pretty sure the announcer's voiced by J-Dot, the dude like kind of running it. One of them anyway. Okay. How about Dave Miller? Shoot me a minigame. Or somebody. Show me one more. One more for a finale, because I want to have lunch. This is fun. I'm super excited for tomorrow. I also don't want to run out my batteries too much, because I want to play tomorrow. Oh, I remember talking about this on a previous stream. How interesting it is that instead of a paper Freddy, a paper Bonnie, and a paper body, we instead got 2 paper Freddys and a paper Bonnie. It's like, hey, paper bodies has been replaced with a second paper Freddy. And this was also like in the lead up to Secret of the Mimic, because of so I remember all the theories like, oh, Jackie is actually paper body, and then Helping 2 comes out and is like, oh yeah, by the way, the thing we thought was Jackie is now being another character. The character we thought was representing the Mimics now someone else. It's like, what interesting. I don't even know if the imagery was intentional, but it's fun. Alright. Do you think any new content will come from the VR port? Yes, I don't think it'll be anything huge, but stuff like, you know how like Edwin's silhouette was added into an update with the base game, or I assume it's Edwin anyway. That mysterious silhouette of a man in the manager's office of the warehouse office. I think it'll be things like that, small little things that. But I don't think there'd be anything like a full, like, here's a teaser area that's very blatantly, this is what the next game's gonna be. Probably some things relating to the next game, probably some little interesting details. I don't think it'll be anything super, like, huge. Alright, so, Dave, something from Sister Location. Rory says Ballora. And, Redo says Parts and Service. Parts and Service is, Help Wanted 1. But we do have Cold Storage. So that's close enough to that. But considering this location and Ballora, I think we're going to do Ballora as our finale. Do you have a monitor with a chat attached to your ceiling? New thing, Dave Miller! We got chat in VR! Got it set up! Chat, like, told me to watch a YouTube tutorial, and usually I don't watch YouTube tutorials, but I did watch a YouTube tutorial. Because chat, and it helped, and I've now got chat here. The reason why it's on the ceiling is because if it was like in front of me or to the side, it'd be in the way. It was originally actually over here, which is more properly in front of me on the ceiling, but the food prep level, its orders up there, so I'll move it to the side. Yeah. Play some Ballora Gallery, and I'll have some lunch, and then I'll, yeah, that'll be the end. This is fun. I'm happy I did this today. Happy I got this set up. Hopefully everything runs smoothly tomorrow.
For your safety, please make your way.
Oh, that's right.
Please make your way to the exit in 5 minutes.
This minigame is hell.
3.
I forgot about that. I don't trust that. I've been killed when she was all over there before. Go past chat. That's it. Alright, I should probably be more careful. I love these things! Ora! Ora! I freaking love being able to throw the mini arenas. It's so funny. Okay. When there is music in my balls, all I see is an empty room. No more joy, I a tomb. Oh, this is my second favorite minigame. This is banger. This Sister Location, it's so funny. I don't like the original Sister Location, but in this game, Sister Location's like got all my favorite minigames. Her toe vaporized the mini arena, I didn't even notice. All the Sister Location levels in this game are absolute bangers. What the fuck do you think you're doing, you little cunt? Wah! Alright, let's go. Yo, sweet gems below, just saying. Yeah, I was always more of a FNAF 6 and 3 kind of guy. Oh, ho, 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 ho. You just named some of my least favorite games. I am... not... Ah! I saw recently someone playing all the games, I think in a marathon or something, and for some reason they weren't throwing away the mini arenas, they were just dropping them by them just in front of them, and were questioning whether why Melora was gunning for him. It's like, dude, you're supposed to throw them away from you. Hellpointed 3 I don't think will ever happen. The reason why Hellpointed games exist is to adapt existing games into VR. So Hellpointed 1 adapted like all the Scott games, right? Or most of them at the time of development. Ha! Yeah, I'm about to say, I'll throw it away from me, so I hope you deviate. But yeah, Hellpointed 1 adapted the Scott games. Hellpointed 2 adapted like Security Breach, which unfortunately couldn't be adapted itself. And now Seeker's Mimic doesn't need to be adapted because Seeker's Mimic is already just going to have a VR port. So, and I assume that's just going to be the standard for games going forward. So, yeah, Sumic, then never mind, Sumic VR is Help 103, yeah, pretty much. There's just no point when Seeker's Mimic's already VR. Ah! Ah! Yeah. Hellpointed 2 is... yeah, and even then, like, I think pretty sure Security Breach was supposed to be adapted to VR too. But, like, it just had such a troubled development that it couldn't be. But hey, if a Security Breach troubled development gave us one of the best games in the series, I'll take it. I like Security Breach too, so... double win for me! Too sad for the fans who care about the lore. Because that's what games lacked in. Nah, I'm not risking it. I do think she's behind me though. I have a whole minute to get there. Alright, at this point just gun it. Hooray! I want to visit a new Pizzaplex bit in VR. Yeah, I'm gonna be so for real. I love Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex. Helpy! Yay! However, not gonna lie, it definitely isn't the direction the series should go in, like, atmospherically. We need, like, more spookier locations. However, that being said, one of my big wish lists have always been... ever since Hellpointed, like, established that Circus Babies is massive, for some reason. Like, it refers to, like, Basement G. A, B, C, D, E, F, D. Yeah, that's 7. So that's like 7 floors underground, at the very least. So Circus Babies is basically the size of the Pizzaplex, according to Hellpointed 1. Which, yeah, ever since then I've always thought, oh man, I want a game that explores that. And the next game was like Security Breach, where it's like, oh, here's our modern day Freddy's in a massive modern Freddy's. I want to see us soon after this go to a massive modern Babies as well. Especially considering we now know that Babies is that big. And, not gonna lie, but the things that we know about the next game, I think it's possible that the next game could be that very game I've been asking for since like 2019. Okay, I say asking loosely because I wasn't really in the community back then, but it's a game I've been wanting since 2019, and I feel like it's finally time for it to feel like it's actually something that might happen, because Cassie's all the way underground. I could totally see her falling into Babies. I also think in the lore, there's no like super solid evidence or anything, but I do think that Circus Babies Entertainment and Rentals is a refurbished Murray's costume model. So, I think that Cathy's, what's it called, the Faz wrench, will work on the things in Murray's. It's also not Murray's, it's Baby's. So Cathy will be able to navigate Soak's Babies using her Faz wrench. I think that'll be a thing in the next game. Yeah, for once, that big hope I've had for modern Babies, I think actually feels realistic. I don't know if that is going to be the next game or not. Obviously, we haven't seen anything definitive from it. But it's like the closest I think we'll ever get to that hope being at least close. It's the thing I've always wanted to see. Scooby with full VR support would be absolutely insane. Yeah, there's a reason why it didn't happen though. My problem with Scooby is the censorship of every single It's weird. It's weird, because Burn Trap exists. That's the thing that bothers me. If it was for, oh, we can't show blood in a kid's game, oh, it's too scary, can't even say the word bleeding, Gregory can't say Gregory's legs bleeding, it's too scary for the kids. A burnt, rotting corpse is the final boss fight? Oh yeah, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, sure. It's more damage than it was on Springtrap. You literally see more of the corpse on Burntrap than you do the original Springtrap. It's like, yeah, just show a corpse on screen. Fully modelled, fully there, not censored. That's okay. Perfectly fine. Oh, but not bleeding. Oh, don't mention that. And oh, don't show a knife on screen. Oh god, not a knife on screen. No, you have to replace all the knives in the kitchens with pizza cutters. No, you can't show a knife in its normal place. It's so scary. Just show them a rotting corpse instead. That's so much more kid-friendly. Lag make bros like lagging. Yeah, it is lagging your mind a little bit too. I apologize. Not much I can do about it. I think that one is just my computer being too weak. Not gonna lie. Burn Trap wasn't even supposed to move originally, so it'd be like one pool of blood, right? Burn Trap's a weird case. Yeah. Oh. Sorry. I love the Vanny mask as a shadow, it's so stupid. Alright, I'm getting tired. My computer's getting tired. I don't know what my battery's like. Pretty good actually. But I want to save some of this for tomorrow. For the secret. What time is it for me? It is probably 1 PM approximately. Actually, it's 2 PM. I've been streaming for a little bit now. Yeah, because I tried to stream this morning. You should totally stream some more Security Breach mods. Yeah, it's gonna happen. So I have a bunch of Security Breach mods. So Cut Content Restored got an update, so I might check that out at some point. But in addition to that, even before that mod, there's a lot of mods that I had. I had like a Pizzaplex Airlocks restored, Basement B1, B2 restored, so like got all the basements, got all the air rooms brought back, and is it AI mod? There's that changes the enemy AIs to be way cooler. And I've got a couple of smaller mods too, to just add a couple of quality of life changes. Most of them are too ruined, to be honest. Just like stuff like using Cassie's help on a 2 model and stuff. Those ones aren't very crazy, but I do intend to play. I'll probably will do a playthrough of modded Security Breach with my other mods installed at some point. My only concern with that is I don't think the other mods are designed to be played. Like, Cut Content Restored was designed to be played, right? It's got all the missions, all the story stuff there. It doesn't just add back, like, air rooms and whatnot, it adds back entire story stuff as well. Cut Content Restored did a lot to make sure that it was supposed to be playable. It was supposed to be playable, so that was a lag spike. My other mods, though, are just stuff like, oh, it adds back a bunch of rooms. But if you were to play that in a normal game, would that just make the game cheap? Would you just be able to walk to the next area? Or would it just be completely invalid because they just lock off all the areas till the end of the game to the point where what's the point of even playing with them? It's one of the... I'm pretty sure it's the latter. I'm pretty sure they made it so all the rooms are, like, blocked off until very end. So at that point, like, what's even the point? That'd just be vanilla security breach, but you're edged on seeing content. You're getting edged on seeing cut content. You don't even get to see it until the post game. I will probably do a modded security breach stream, but yeah, it'll be a while. I tried to get the chaos mod too. I tried to get the chaos mod, and unfortunately, it crashes. It crashes so much, and I know it's not just me because when I see videos on the chaos mod, it crashes for them too. Like, people who play challenges like that are just used to security breach crashing. Sorry, I really need to take a break from this. I'm not used to security breach crashing all the time. I don't know if I can tolerate that, but I do have it if people would want to see a live stream on that and wouldn't mind the fact that the game will crash every 10 minutes. But because I do have the chaos mod, and it is pretty cool. Alright, I've seriously got to take a break. I'm hurting my voice. I'm getting dehydrated. I don't want to run out my batteries. This was fun. Happy I got this working. I will see you in the next stream. Tomorrow. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for Secret of the Mimic. Hopefully. Hopefully I can play Secret of the Mimic. I'm still nervous about that. I really hope I can, especially after today. After seeing like the lag spikes throughout. I'm really nervous about how bad that'll be. But we'll try. We'll try. Game crashing, toasted rage. It's just annoying. I don't rage very much as, not in games anyway, as much as I just get bored, I just get dull. Like, if something keeps crashing, I don't just start raging, I just be like, ugh, okay. I just get disappointed. Oh man, oh yeah, Hope wanted 2, you made Chica cool, Funtime Chica. You did nothing. You weren't even there in sister location. You're a pro pizza sim. And you were nothing but a distraction Ultimate Custom Night. You needed this game, girl. But damn, did you have a cool mechanic. I loved moving the cupcake. You were cool here. This game was so cool. I love this game. Yeah. Bye, guys. Alright.